What we do here is go back.
Maybe that's working. There we go. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Great intro. Oh dear. I was trying to be so prepared. I managed to F that up royally. Good evening everybody, it's Mike here, Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. It is Saturday the 20th of September 2025 and hopefully you're having a fantastic day. Although if you're in the UK at the moment, potentially you might not be because Storm Bert is currently gracing our shores, I should say, and is, yeah, it's not great. It's very windy out there. Very windy indeed, which is weird because yesterday it was absolutely lovely. Today it's like we're in a different country altogether, as is often the case with the weather here in the good old United Kingdom. So hopefully wherever you are, you've battened down the hatches, got yourself something nice and warm and wet to drink. Should add that bit on. Can you hear it? The wind is absolutely howling around at the moment. It's, yeah, it's not great. So, yeah. It's, yeah, one of those things. Hopefully you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? You have sound. Excellent, yeah. I don't want to go through all that again. I've done it once already. Yeah, so hopefully you're having a fantastic weekend. It's, yeah, it's... I don't think it's actually raining out there at the moment. It's just very, very windy. It's actually managed to blow off what remaining hair I actually had on my back. Not my head, clearly. But yeah, hopefully you're all doing good. Let's just check, make sure that... Letta's back in the chat. Hey, Letta, how you doing? Good to see you back. We missed you. Let's make sure this all works. I've added some extra scenes on the camera, so... yeah, whatever. So overhead, yep, that appears to be working. Excellent stuff. Streaming desktop, yep, that seems to be working. The break time one works. The Windows install, that is one I got set up so I can hook up the PC, so there's just a little bit of something going on here. Hopefully you can still hear me. Can you hear me at the moment? I don't know if you can. Let me know if you can hear me when the Elgato logo is on the screen. That'd be very much appreciated if you could let me know. No signal. Yeah, no signal's fine. That's great because we haven't hooked up the PC yet, but you can hear me. Fantastico. Excellent stuff. Good, good, good. So, yeah, welcome to the stream. Tonight on the stream, we're going to be testing a processor which I alluded to last week, which we never got around to doing. This was an eBay purchase, which I kind of regret because it's given me some headaches already. So this is a Ryzen 5 9600X, which was listed on eBay for £120, I think, no, £130 I think it was, or best offer. So I offered them 120 for it. This one, from the history of it, was basically, it was purchased, they were doing some testing, I guess, overclocking testing for a 9950 X3D, but they didn't want to go straight in and use that, so they've done it first on the 9600X. So essentially what's happened is it's been delidded. Now for those of you who don't understand what that means, essentially all the CPUs that we have in modern eras, the CPU actually has a kind of heat shield or heat sink on the top of it, and the actual bare raw chip, the actual silicon, and potentially things like the memory controllers, I/O and all that kind of stuff, is underneath. And the heat spreader acts as a means of getting the heat from the CPU basically to your cooler without crushing the dies, which, if you're old enough to remember the XP range of AMD processors and some of the S370 socket processors from Intel, they sometimes had a bare die. And sometimes if you didn't put the mounting pressure on correctly, you could actually crack parts of the chip off and they would become non-functional. Sometimes they would work fine, but otherwise, yeah, you basically kill them. So that is why manufacturers have now gone to using a substrate on the top to basically stop prying eyes and fingers from getting to the silicon underneath in the chips. So yeah, this has been delidded. They've actually applied some new thermal compound, which appears to be some form of liquid metal, of which I've got no experience with whatsoever. Although I have heard there are horror stories of it shorting out components, etc. So potentially we'll be looking at your advice and input to see whether or not we should just clean that off and put something a little bit more normal on this chip, such as like Arctic MX4 or something along those lines. It's a shame actually I haven't got some PTM 7950, because I would have quite liked to put a little bit of that on there, because then you don't have to do anything with it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And hey Kev, how you doing? Good to see you. Also, due to the fact that this has been delidded, it means that the top section, the heatsink, or the IHS as it's known, isn't stuck in place. The only thing holding it on is essentially the kind of the glue, so to speak, of the thermal interface. In this case, the liquid metal. So it does have a tendency to kind of wobble around. And actually, when I received this in the post, although it was packaged up very nicely, the heat shield was actually further down in the box on a kind of like a bit of an angle, so you could almost see the chips underneath, which does fill me with a little bit of dread. I did say to them last week when I received it, I think it was last Friday or Thursday, I did say I would try and test it as soon as possible to validate whether it actually works or not, but I haven't got around to doing it. It's been a absolutely manic, flat out week, as it generally tends to be here. It's been a very busy last 48 hours. We sold a PC which was listed on, I listed the PC on Thursday night, and it was basically sold Thursday night and it was collected on Friday. It's just been an absolute disaster from start to finish, the whole thing. I am actually grateful. A good friend of the channel, Dave Aitken, is actually someone who's going to buy one of his PCs that he sold, and he recommended us. But yeah, it's turned out to not have gone entirely smoothly as planned. So hashtag blame Dave as always. Thank you very much to Kev for being a member for 37 months. Wow. It feels more like 3 years and a month. It does, doesn't it? Thank you very much for your membership. Much appreciated. Ah, dear. Yeah. It's been, yeah, so it's been one of those days. I've spent probably the last best part of 24 hours, actually probably more than 24 hours, going through diagnosing various problems that they're having with this PC, which has been built. It was all built from basically brand new stuff, and the only thing which wasn't new, I think, was the RAM, but it appeared to be working fine. I installed Windows, did all the usual tests, etc., and it seemed fine. Ran Cinebench for hours on end, Unigine Heaven for hours on end, and it seemed absolutely fine. Although they've got the PC, installed an older hard drive, and now they're getting problems, Windows crashing, error messages and all sorts. So yeah, it's a little bit concerning, but we'll see what happens. There's a super chat from Dave. Thank you very much for your £2. This is hashtag blame Dave accepted. Definitely. And a rally there also on 44 months. Thank you very much.
Better give the lights.
He says, damn, 44 months. Now holy. I don't quite get that. It could be me. It's been a long day. It really has. It's been a long week, actually. Hello to Mark Gaines. Hello to Rasher. Rasher's finally finished building his PC. Hello to Matthew Day. How you doing? David Underhill. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Much appreciated. You can never tell these days how many people are actually watching the channel, because, as some of you may know, there's been somewhat of a YouTube apocalypse, and the view counts have basically fallen through the floor and continue digging. It's absolutely horrendous, and I gotta be honest with you, it's actually very, very upsetting, disappointing, all of the above. to watch a channel that you've spent many years actually growing and maintaining, to watch the view count drop off a cliff. View count isn't everything, but it is one of those metrics that you obviously use to gauge how your channel's doing. And for us at the moment, it's absolutely pitiful. There's Skystalker. He's been a member now for 47 months. Wow, 47 months. 1 month shy of 4 years. 4 years. Has it been that long since we've been doing memberships? Absolutely mental. Thank you for your continued support. And thank you all for your continued support of everything we do here. Thanks for watching the videos on a daily basis. Thank you for your comments, your contributions, your Patreon subscriptions, your YouTube memberships, and all that kind of stuff. And just for being members of our Discord, which has been great, because over the last couple of weeks I've been struggling. I don't want to make it sound as if I'm taking this lightly, but I do feel that I'm going through somewhat of a mental health crisis of some sorts. I'm just not feeling it at the moment. I don't know whether it's a weather thing, because the summer's been rubbish and everything's going on in the world. It's just, yeah, it's just been a weird time, and recently a lot of things have been going wrong, or not going exactly as planned. I know, first world problems, but it does kind of grind you down after a while. So anyway, onward and upward. Hopefully this CPU is going to be absolutely fine. We're going to put it in the system. It's going to work. It's going to be absolutely great. And the problems with that PC I sold the other day, yesterday, is going to be easily to rectify. Otherwise, I am going to pull out what hair I've got left. I'll have to start tugging my eyebrows or something. Actually, I think I've started doing that anyway. Is it a thing when you get to a certain age where you just start pulling out long eyelashes? Thank you, Rasher. He's been a member for 48 months. Thank you very much, Rasher. God bless you. Mark Berry says, it's blowing hard outside tonight. Well, you should ask her to come in. It's got to be cold out there, isn't it? You get blue balls. Sorry, can't help myself. The views can't get much worse, can they? Come on. ClickTech Kevin also put a $4.99 super chat in there. God bless you, sir. Says, it's been a hot minute. Love you both. Oh, thank you, Kev.
Oh, when we talk about blue balls or tits, Kev always appears.
Yeah, why is it whenever we talk about things like that, Kev appears? Ah, dear. PMT says, oh, Bob, you never know, it might be. pre something tension. Assume it's not AMD tension. Pre-AMD tension. Kev says, I can recommend Ceteriline. I've had that before. I didn't like that at all. I didn't get on with it. Oh. I've been... Actually, recently I've been pretty good. But yeah, the last week or two has just been, I don't know, just, yeah, it's one of those things. Again, a lot of things happening in the media, in the news, the economic climate, etc., etc. It's all just... We've not really had a break, have we, since COVID, or even probably before that. Actually, let's probably go back to 2008, the financial crisis. It's basically, it's just all been a shit show, hasn't it, basically, since then. But we get through it. We get through it one way or the other. Bless you. Thank you, Mark Gaines, for the £10 super chat.
Oh, sorry, everyone.
Much appreciated. It says, oh, I added to RMA Corsair IQ Link Titan AIO. The screen was glitching. There was a glitch in the matrix. Oh, sorry to hear that. That's absolutely... Oh, I hate things like that. Whenever you have to take something apart, especially like if you've built a PC, you've got it all kind of up and running, it's all running nicely, then something goes just slightly wrong. It really makes you question life when you have to take all of that apart, all the wiring, etc., etc. Oh, dear. Viali says it's all Putin's fault. I think he's just one of many people in the queue of the list of people which have made this world how it is. If he's not just an AI-generated person these days, who knows? Kev says he's got his pervy radar switched on. Excellent. Cool Cat says, don't sweat it, Mike. Gotta get depression and take heart in that. It always gets better. Your state of mind isn't permanent. You'll feel better soon. Yeah, but it's just one of these things. I spent a long time actually in the garden yesterday trying to blow off a bit of steam, cut the grass and get outside, get some sunshine. And yeah, I think that helped a little bit. Anyway. Nick Barnes says, question, Mike, does this mean we need to watch your videos twice to catch up on the views? Yeah, that would be appreciated. Please do. I'm not sure if the second view counts. There's a very... Obviously, if you haven't heard of it already, there is a problem at the moment, or not a problem. a thing with YouTube which is happening, whereas yeah, it's basically the kind of the ad apocalypse again, but it's basically down to ad blockers, etc. But yeah, I'll explain more shortly. There's a super chat from Rasher. Thank you very much, Rasher, for your 20 euros. It says, a recent survey suggests 90% of bald men still own a comb. They just can't part with it.
And there's another one.
Very good, very good.
Well, it's the members.
Oh, where is that one? I can't see that one.
I think it's just below Kev. I'm trying to catch up.
Viali's been a member for 18 months as a supporter. Thank you very much. So I'm quite new here then, only 18 months. Well, we've all got to start somewhere.
18 months is quite an achievement.
Yeah, 18 months is still a lot. Thank you so much. Mark Bray says, thank you, Mike and Kath. Mark, thank you very much. Susan Robbins says, don't worry, Mike, the US will be where you guys are now in 2 years. Which is ironic because we normally say the opposite. Normally what happens over in America comes to us a couple of years later. It used to be like a decade gap, but now it seems like it's shortened, so yeah. There was a lyric in a George Michael song. It says, I think it was it Cowboys and Angels? I can't remember which one it was, but basically it says, what was going on over there is going on over here, or words to that effect. And yeah, it always made me thought, yeah, it's absolutely true. Whatever goes on somewhere else in the world eventually is going to come to your neck of the woods sooner or later. Sky says, Mike, we are here to support you. I need it. Thank you. I need the support. I haven't turned to alcohol yet. Give it time.
Or coffee.
Or coffee, yeah. I've still not drank caffeine. Nick's 61. He's got very long hair, much to his wife's annoyance. Charles Ballard says, I just plucked a few, looked in the mirror, saw some dark, thick ones and some light ones. Yank nose eye. Yeah, I do. I don't know what it is. I think it must be a stress thing. Because I do that. I sort of pull my eyebrows, and if there's like a long bit, there's a long one there. It's like, get out. Self-mutilation, live on stream. There you go.
It is actually a conflict.
It is actually some sort of conflict, I think. Where do we get to? Oh yeah, sorry, going back to the YouTube apocalypse. So basically, if you potentially are using an ad blocker of some sort, or a pie hole, those types of devices, then there is a change in the way that those devices work in some of the updated code recently, which has made it so that not only does it block the ads, but it also blocks the mechanism that YouTube realizes that you've actually watched a video. So if you're using one of those devices, some sort of ad blocker, essentially, even if you are watching the ads that come up, because some are unskippable, I think, on YouTube anyway, regardless. Yeah, it basically doesn't register a view or the fact that you've seen a video or whatever. So basically, you don't get the acknowledgement in terms of the revenue, because obviously every view is worth an amount, albeit a small one. It all mounts up. So yeah, there's been a lot of channels which have said recently, and they've said, oh, well, yeah, the income looks flat, but I don't think it is. I think some people are just possibly hiding the fact that the revenue isn't going down. For us, certainly, the revenue has dropped off. I would say it's a good 25-30%, which, if you're a small creator, even one with 150-ish K subs, everything makes a difference, especially when it's your livelihood. So it's one of those things. Hopefully there'll be something which gets updated, so the view counts will go up. We're lucky that we don't rely solely on YouTube ad revenue. It is a big portion of our income, but we have obviously other things. So all of you that are helping support us with premium CD keys, which I'll put a link in just in case you're not already, that kind of stuff, using the affiliate links from Amazon, etc., even if it's just for your weekly shopping, it all massively helps. And even more so now.
Shopping.
Do you not?
I don't think you get anything now. No kickback.
The bastards. Anyway, for those of you that do use our affiliate links, and if you do happen to buy other things as well, then it is massively appreciated. And Ashley Strachan's burnt his pizza.
With his balls.
With his balls. His balls burnt the pizza. Well, you should try maybe using an oven. Microwave even. Rubbing your balls on a pizza to warm it up. It's probably going to be messy as well. You're going to get like barbecue sauce and anchovies all up in your junk. You don't want that. Sorry guys, girls, and those are undecided. I just I don't care anymore. Ah, dear. Yeah, let's hope you haven't got chili sauce on them as well.
Them some hot balls.
Viali says, when I leave a comment on your videos, I have to refresh for it to appear. Yeah, YouTube is a weird thing. It works in weird and wonderful ways. I don't even claim to fully understand it, because it's just it's a mad thing that we're on. And you could actually, if any of you watched Linus Tech Tips channel, if you'd watched the LAN show from today or yesterday, technically I think it's yesterday evening, but depending where you are, yeah, the WAN show, you could tell that Linus is genuinely concerned. Like, he's smiling and he's laughing and he's joking, but you can see on his face there is like, he looks like a deer in the headlights. And I don't blame him, because he's got a large company, he's got 100 employees or more. That's a lot of people relying on you to basically keep them in work. And if there is a significant downturn in viewership, and obviously with that comes a reduction in income, I'm sure he must be losing income as well.
He's not paid by YouTube, is he?
He still gets AdSense revenue. He's got his other incomes as well, but if you're a big company and you're basically spending kind of almost as quick as you can make it, everything else have a knock-on effect.
He's always said that he doesn't do adverts in his videos until they make you have adverts.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
But just saying, so he wouldn't...
Alexa says, let it all out, Mike. I will. I'll undo my belt in a minute. Let me gut something out. Someone else said something just then.
Are you moving to Twitch?
No, not moving to Twitch, no.
Sky Stalker just above, just to be clear.
Sky says, just to be clear, you haven't seen a decrease in views from the YouTube Premium members. I don't think so. Honestly, I've not looked into it that closely. But if I'm going to guess, if you're a YouTube Premium member and you're running an ad blocker, then you're...
Or that's what we think.
For us, it's kind of, we get nothing, from what I can tell. Because if YouTube cannot register the fact that you're actually watching a video, regardless if you're a YouTube Premium member or not, it's not going to register a view. So it's not a wasted view, because obviously you're still watching the content, you've enjoyed it or whatever. But for the content creators, it's just a kind of another thing chipping away at your revenue and what you do. LTT makes enough on merchandise. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Rasher says, Mike, Kath, tell Mike you want a raise. Kath don't get paid anyway.
You could pay me 1p and it'd be a raise.
Yeah, I could give her a penny and that'd be an improvement.
I'm more likely to be blowing outdoors, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. J Rich says YouTube needs to pull their finger out. The thing is, it isn't YouTube. It's the ad blocker software, which they all... Well, not all of them. The majority of them use like these kind of block lists or IP address lists or whatever to say to tell your router or your PC which IPs to block. And by doing that, I'm guessing they're blocking a specific IP which tells YouTube that there's been a view, however it be, and yeah, it seems to block it off. But it is what it is.
Because Sky Stalker says there, it registers the view on my end, but I think if you
it would register the view on your end, but I don't think it then transmits it to YouTube to say this is a viewer as such. I think it just... If
you released a video and somebody kept refreshing the page, it'd come up as individual views, wouldn't it? But the next day it would sort that out and get rid of it.
Yeah, that's actually what Kath said is a very good example. So if a video went out and say...
I think it's for 12 hours you see
the first 12 or 24 hours, if you went into the video and you saw it, you saw the live count, you went out, went back in, refreshed it, did it again, refreshed it. You can do that numerous times, and every time you do it, the view count would go up. But YouTube's algorithm then kind of goes back and says, well, hang on, it's the same IP address, it's the same browser, it's the same computer, it's just a repeat view. And then they look at it in more depth to see what the timestamps and stuff were. And they kind of work out whether or not it's a fake view or not. And we often get that. So say, for instance, like when the bot activities were really high, we would go in and you'd see a video and be like, oh, it's got like 100 views in a couple of minutes. That's cool. But then later on, you'll see that would drop right off because it was just bot views or not legit views, so they would then take it off. It's a difficult thing, but anyway, whatever. Rick says, whenever I try to watch one of your videos, I get an error. I just hit the F5 key, all good. It's really, yeah, it's very strange. Viali says, Mike, I still have the F5 because of the server issue. Maybe why you are getting less views. That could be down to it. It could be. There was almost like a turning point day-wise. I think it's almost like the day that people went back to school or the holidays ended. So you thought, well, okay, like, yeah, there is always a drop there, but it seemed like it's quite a drastic drop. But then normally after that day, or maybe 2 days, it would then kind of pick up a little bit because people have gone back to home, gone back to school, whatever. They've done their inductions or they've done their first couple of days where they're actually trying. And then they're kind of back into, right, this is watch YouTube all day, it's great. And then the views would pick back up again slowly, but it didn't seem to happen. It just seemed they continued and continued and continued to drop off. And because YouTube does everything on like a 30-day or 28-day basis, depending on what you're... I think on mobile, it does it by monthly, 30 days. But if you're doing it on desktop, it does 28 days. So the difference between the two always looks different as well. But because it's like an accumulative effect, so if you lose like, I don't know, 1,000 viewers on a day, if that happens every day, by the time you get to the end of the month, it's had a big knock-on effect. I think we went to averaging around about somewhere between 55,000 to 60,000 views every 2 days as an average. And it's been down to, I think it got down to about 42,000. So that's like 33, yeah, about 30% drop in views, which is unheard of. Like even when it went the opposite way around, when COVID kicked in and everyone stayed at home and views went through the roof, it didn't go up like 33% in a couple of weeks.
But it might have done 33.
It might actually, it might have come close. You never know. Anyway, you don't want to hear about my problems. It's a bizarre thing. YouTube, it's one of those things, it always bounces back. It just seems like it's an accumulative effect from me personally, because I had a few things going wrong. The end of the summer type of thing. Then all the views knocking off, and it's like, oh god, just like, what's the next thing? But there won't be a next thing. It's all going to be great. This CPU is going to be work. We're going to manifest a lottery win, even though I haven't bought a ticket. You never know. We'll see how it goes.
I manifested for it to stop raining for your walk home last week, didn't I?
She did. Kath actually tried to manifest it being dry for me walking home last week from work, and it was raining up until 3 o'clock, and then it stopped.
No, well, it was till
roughly
4, and it stopped at 20. It stopped till 20 past.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I thought
you said you better manifest.
I thought it stopped a little bit earlier than that, and then it started again after.
No, it stopped at 4.
Okay.
Until 20 past. That's what I asked. And when you got home, we went in the garden. It started raining again.
Paul Lamont says, I get that this video is not available in your region. Refresh and it's back. Maybe...
We're only told...
We have asked YouTube about this before, because when Viali was having problems, we were getting
but that was more
some issues.
videos,
but it seems to be members ones. But Paul's a member.
Oh, so maybe it's still
So I wonder if it's linked to YouTube membership. That would be a real ball breaker, wouldn't it? I have to tell you to stop being members so you don't get problems. Whatever. Anyway, let's get this sorted, because I have got things to get done and I want to have a positive outcome. So I need to grab my test bench, which is here somewhere. And this is the good old test bench. So this was a very kind gift from a Rally and Ugly Bob, I think it was. Remember rightly?
I think it was Andy Archer.
Or is it Andy Archer? I think it might have been Andy Archer, actually. Yeah, I think it's Andy Archer and O'Reilly. I think it was.
O'Reilly says 100%.
100%.
I don't know if it's about that.
Awesome. So I'm going to have to take this board off because this is AM4, so we don't want to give you that. I'm actually going to get some extra lighting on, just so you can see what the heck is going on. And also I will turn on the overhead camera, and potentially, if this is working, I will try and zoom in a little bit. What's that, Fred?
I have a...
Fred's got a tough B360M Plus gaming, but I'm missing a button on... the cooling right below. Do you know what that button is called? Missing a... I don't quite understand what you're asking, Fred, sorry. I'm missing a button on the cooling right below. That's an Intel board, so it wouldn't be a backplate thing. Yeah, I'm not too sure. No idea. Maybe if you can, Fred, take a picture of your board and highlight what it is and send it to our Discord, and I'll try and get it up on the stream so we can see. There's a link for our Discord if you're not a member. I think you are a member anyway. But, yeah, see what that... Rick says, I have that mic. Cool. Jason says, hello, just wondering if you have ever had a Deepcool CH260 case. No, I haven't. No, I haven't, sorry. Glenn says PCI clip. Yeah, that's kind of what I would think, yeah, because that's about the only thing which goes missing on a lot of boards. These ones, especially on the Asus boards, the plastic ones used to just snap off for a pastime. I actually did print some out because I had a X570 Tough and I lost some, and I actually 3D printed some and they were shit. So yeah, that was a bit of a waste, but anyway. There's cat hairs all over this. That's the trouble with having a somewhat naked test bench, that unfortunately it is a little bit of a magnet for cat stuff. Actually, might as well take the RAM out of here. Cheers, Fred. If you put it into either directly to me or send it to Kath, or possibly put it into one of the tech channels, if anyone spots it, let me know, and then we'll try and get it up on the screen. But I think that's what it is. Oh, I actually stuck that cable up there. That was a good choice. There's a lot of dust in there. Got myself a new torch with the logo. Don't know if you can see that. And there we go. A torch. Although it's not magnetic. I don't think. No, it's not. Shame it's not magnetic or at a stand, but it's okay. It'll be fine. Cat hair. Who would have thought? Exactly. I know. See it all coming off. Little wretches. Oh dear. Yeah. What, the hair? The board.
Like sprinkled it on. Very
nice. Even all, is the CX650 still alive, Mike, says Richard. Yeah, there's been some, well, I wouldn't say it's a slightly interesting development. Some of you may be members of our Patreon and also our Discord, where I actually mentioned it. So I bought a Corsair CX650 power supply, which CX range is generally deemed as being like okay. For mid-range PCs, the CX range is okay. And it's a step up, in theory, from the CV range and also from the RS range. Now, the RS range and the CV range, as far as I can tell, here in the UK at least, have been essentially discontinued. There's a few very small pockets of stock still around, but it's not like, if you go onto Amazon, like somewhere that sells pretty quickly, Amazon don't sell Corsair VS power supplies anymore. They also don't do the CV ones, so like the CV450, the CV600, etc, etc. So they've kind of pushed everybody, now they've had like a bit of a product line shift. So the CX range now is kind of like the entry level, at least to my knowledge. If I'm completely wrong, please do let me know in the chat. I'm sure you will do. Oh yeah, Matthew Day says broken Intel push pin. That's a good shout. I didn't think of that.
Skystalker a little bit up.
Skystalker. Oh, do the subscribers get a new torch too? Well, possibly. I'm not sure. Do you like it? Do you like the torch? It's one you can clip onto a pocket, so you could, if you wore a pocket, then or you could clip it in a jumper. Yeah, it's pretty bright actually.
Put that in your pocket. That's no way gonna fit in a pocket.
No, like a shirt pocket. I meant clip it on a shirt pocket.
Who wears a shirt pocket nowadays?
Yeah, I was thinking that. Immediately after I said it, I thought, well, that's a stupid thing to say. Right, where's the box for this?
Does it have a flood and a beam?
No, it's just a
Just a thing to blind me with.
Just a blinding beam. That is it. A flood, rather, sorry.
I wonder how long Mike has them screwdrivers. I think years. The Phillips must be well worn.
Yeah, Phillips is screwed, it really is. Oh, there is a I/O shield in here. I thought there was. I need to do something with this B450 motherboard. I've got two B450 motherboards, which I have got no idea what I'm going to do with.
Is it sturdy? No, it's quite plasticky.
It's a bit plasticky, to be fair. If I'm being honest. Which I generally tend to be. Right, that's that done. That is £31.75 worth of motherboard there. If anybody wants to pay me £30 for it, it's yours.
Is it send pic to your V6 if you don't have pic permission? Fred.
Yes.
I can just do it now, can't I?
Fred says, dang, my Discord is not starting on 2 PCs. Oh, God. O'Reilly says, yes, I like the torch. Well, maybe we'll see what I can do. The company actually did them. They sent this out as a sample.
Is Fred a member in here already?
I'm not sure. I think so. So it's got the Mike's Unboxing logo on it. It's got 6 LEDs, I think it is. Yeah, 6 LEDs. It's a push button operation, so just click on and off. It's got a shirt clip. And what I like about it actually is the fact that it's not rechargeable. So you can just pop in a couple of AA's and they'll last for, well, sorry, AAA's rather. Actually, is it 3? Yeah, 3 AAA batteries. So that's going to last for ages. Because I do find that rechargeable ones, they're fine, but they always seem to just run out too quickly. So I do actually quite like using alkaline cells for torches, because they're kind of pretty dependable, and they got a very slow kind of drop off towards the end. So they, with most rechargeable batteries, especially like NiMH and the lithium ion, the drop off at the end is like instant almost. So you're using it and it's like, oh, it's getting a bit dimmer, boom, gone. And it's really annoying. So I actually do like to have with batteries in there. Aldi do them for £6.99. I'll do them for a £5. How's that?
Dutch Jan. Telling Fred. I assume to email him.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, there you go. Fred, if you send your picture to Dutch Jan, he's done it in some language there.
Dutch, I should imagine.
Dutch, I guess. Yeah, I think it's Dutch. Yeah, send it to him and we'll have a look. We'll figure it out one way or the other. Righty, I need a motherboard. So this, actually this is a recipe for disaster. So this is a motherboard that I bought this week, which I think is a as new board, but I honestly haven't had much of a look at it. I think it was one of these ones that come from like one of those auction sites where they just buy like a pallet of return stock. So I have no idea if this works or not. This is probably not the best start. But I do have to validate that it does work. So I'm going to use it. And we'll find out at the same time whether or not I have to send this back. That looks good. We're good there? Yeah, we're good. Right, let's get the screws back in. And actually, let's move this motherboard box out of the way because...
How much was it, Mike?
The motherboard, I think was 70 quid. I think. So it's a B650 Eagle AX Wi-Fi. Actually, I bet it isn't a Wi-Fi version, hence, oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it's got Wi-Fi antennas. So why does it not say Eagle AX Wi-Fi? Oh, AX is, of course, the Wi-Fi, isn't it? It is AX Wi-Fi. I told you it's been a long week. My brain is absolutely marshmallow and floated in hot chocolate or something.
So test CPU before the lidless?
Yeah, I might do that actually. Yeah, I've got a 8600G somewhere, so we can maybe put that on. Although saying that, that might not have the this might not have the latest BIOS on it, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll figure it out. 6 or 6E. I guess it's going to be 6 if it's an AX. I think AX is 6. Actually, it'll say on the box, won't it? Soar free with Wi-Fi. Does it say what sort of Wi-Fi? No, it just says 802.11ax wireless. I think that's 6. I'm pretty sure that's 6. If it was 6E, they would probably make a bit of a song and dance about it. You know what manufacturers are like? Viali says, I hope it has an up-to-date BIOS for that CPU. Yeah, I was just thinking that. I could have been just opening up myself for an absolute world of hurt. So I think what I'll do is I will try just an older CPU. I've got a 7700, which that should be fine. Oh, come on. Screw in, you swine. There we go. Got it. Rasher says, motherboards with Wi-Fi now are a waste of money. I always use Ethernet. I always use Ethernet, but I do find almost every single time I sell a PC, people are always like, oh, has it got Wi-Fi? It's like, well, yeah, it's got Wi-Fi, but you probably don't want to use it. Wi-Fi sucks, especially if you're in the UK. You can, even if you've got like really good Wi-Fi, it's generally going to suck because Wi-Fi just sucks. Can't see what I'm doing. Pen to the rescue. Oh yeah, that's better. Actually, this has got a lot of output as well, this torch. Some of the other ones I've got are a little bit lacking in terms of the output. So it makes it actually a little bit more difficult to see. There, that's screwed in. Lovely jubbly. Okie dokie. Everybody wants Wi-Fi regardless if they're going to use it or not. Yeah, it does seem that is very much the case. Oh, I need that again. Where is power? That one there. Oh, that makes life easy. I like that. Right, let's put in a... Oh, let's actually put in some RAM. Let's get some RAM on the go. Jason says, I just use a TP-Link Wi-Fi adapter. To be honest with you, a lot of people do. I generally try to get a motherboard that has got Wi-Fi on. Not because I want to use it, but because I know that, like, if I put a PC for sale and it doesn't have Wi-Fi, they're going to ask for Wi-Fi. So they want a card or something. And when you just say to them, well, just get yourself a cheap USB, it'll be fine. Immediately, it's like, they shut off. They're like, oh, I don't like the idea of that. Even though, kind of technically, some of the older onboard Wi-Fis used to be basically wired through the USB bus anyway. They're not now. They're generally PCIe. I think I've got one over there, thank you.
I've still got a SIP left in mine.
Wi-Fi's handy. Yeah, to be honest with you, I only ever use Wi-Fi on my own PCs if there's a network issue. And it's like, right, let's turn on the Wi-Fi just to make sure it's a cable problem and not a router problem. So for diagnostic purposes, I totally get it. It's quite a handy thing to have. But yeah, I generally don't tend to use it a great deal at all. Right, let's plug that in there. CPU wise, what we've got, I don't know. I wonder if it says actually on the box what BIOS is potentially on it. Right, this is a B650 Rev 1.1, but it hasn't got, it doesn't appear to have a date code on it. It's got a check number, but not a date code. I wonder. See if there's anything on the side there. Nope. Right, let's have a little look-see on the internet, and we'll see what they say. If I can find a keyboard. There we go. Let's get this actually on the screen for you in a second so you can see what I can see. So B650, what is this, gaming? No, Eagle AX. Eagle AX is basically the kind of like the bottom of the barrel and kind of almost scraping to get out. So revision 1.1. So revision 1 and 1.1 are essentially the same. So that isn't going to be helpful, is it? Super speed storage, PCIe 5 and 2. That's got PCI Express 5 on the main slot. What? Surely it hasn't. 1 times PCIe times 5. Oh, super speed storage. Yeah, it's the top one, the M.2. Sorry, I was reading that completely wrong. Yeah, put that on the screen for you. There we go, stream desktop. So yeah, I just read that there and I thought, PCIe 5.0? What? But no, it would appear. Let's have a look on the specifications page. So, chipset, graphics. Expansion slots. So, 1 times PCI Express. Supports PCIe mode, yep. So it's, yeah, PCI Express Gen 4. That's fine. Right, let's go to support. And take a look at BIOS. So, oh God, when was this? Actually, so this board came out in 2023. So if it's got BIOS version F1, which would be the original one, which I don't think it's going to be. Let's have a look and see when our CPU was supported. So CPU support, the CPU we've got is a 9600X. And I don't think there are 9600X. So that is going to want BIOS version F30 as a bare minimum. So if we go back and go to BIOS again, how long ago was F30? F30 is from May 2024. So that's almost, what, 18 months? No, 15, 16 months ago. So we might be alright. Rick says, is that my favourite power supply mic, the Game Max of the RGB? It certainly is. The world's greatest living power supply. It's not. I'm joking. But they are quite good fun. So I'm going to leave that page open because we might need to go back there to take a look at the BIOS. So I think the safest bet is if I grab a 7700, which I know is going to work, that at least gives us our kind of our starting point of we know we've got a working system. So if we go up here, I bet, oh balls, actually I don't think I have got one. 5700, 5600, and something else dropped at there. That's not a good sign. 50. Oh God, no, I haven't. What have we got? Actually, what am I doing? This has got a BIOS flash utility, hasn't it? So why don't I just flash it with a BIOS? Let's flash it with F30, and we know we're onto a good one then. And I love BIOS flashing, don't I? It's my thing. I'm sure I've done a video on this somewhere. So we'll get BIOS F30, just so that I can do another video later to update it to a newer one. Because, well, you know me. I do like to do the BIOS updates. So I've just downloaded that. And that is going to be on my desktop somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, that's going to be over there. I've always wondered that. If you have a multi-monitor setup, why is it that when you click on, like, you've got your taskbars at the bottom, which are both identical. So you think if you clicked on this screen and you clicked on the File Explorer would pick up on this screen. But it doesn't. It picks up on the other screen. Why does it do that? Is there a setting I can change to make it not do that? I'm sure there must be. Right, extract all. Oh God, yes. Why would you do that? Get back over there. Right, extract. Oh dear. And I can't believe it's been such a long time. Oh, gigabyte.bin. Christ, I have to think about that. So byte.bin. Do you want to change the file extension? Yes, otherwise I wouldn't have bothered typing it in. I would have typed in something else altogether. You tell him, Poppy. What can I unplug there? that. I just realised actually I haven't got the other keyboard and mouse plugged in. Why have I got dongle? Doesn't matter. Slowly unravelling. Right, let's put that onto there. Gigabyte.bin. I'll remove the MSI BIOS which is on there. Just because, you never know. Don't want any crazy stuff happening. And where's my other window? There we go. So, yeah, we're back. We're back. Awesome. Right. I have a USB stick now. I have... What is that actually for? Logitech. Actually, I don't need that in there, do I? See, I am slowly losing it. Ah, dear. Right. Let's plug in the main power connector. He says. There we go. Right. What else do I need? I need a power cable. Now that was something I said earlier to Kath. I said, oh, I need a power cable. I looked in the drawer, like, oh, I haven't got one. Bear with me. I will go and get one from the other room. Hello, Dave. How you doing? Hello, Otis. It's okay. You're okay. Calm. Breathe. Get the world's longest bloody cable. It's all right, Dave. Oh my God, they're running around like banshees or something. Right, mind your back. Let's plug this in. Try not to make the stream go funny. It does that. Right. I don't think I've done a BIOS flash on one of these in a long time. At least not live, anyway.
Right, you're probably repeating, but what was the price of that CPU?
£120 for the 9600X. Which wasn't an incredible bargain, but I thought it was. But, yeah. The story of my life. It was one of those things where I was kind of rushing around. I was like, I need some stuff, I need to buy some stock, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh yeah, that come through on the Discord bot. Yeah, looks like a great price. I was thinking it was a 9700X. I'm thinking, well, that's actually like cheaper than the AliExpress 7700s.
I thought you needed to test the motherboard was working first.
Yeah, we're going to forego that. I had this conversation with Kath earlier. When I was doing some troubleshooting for this PC, which I've just sold this week, I was it was an awkward thing to do because it was the bloke who bought it. He bought it for his son, and I get the impression that he wasn't in the same location. So he's messaging me, I'm messaging him, and he's messaging his son, which is obviously not a great way of doing things. And I asked a couple of questions. And I asked them. I said, like, because we're having problems with the graphics card, and previously we tried to enable CSM to put his old drive into the computer because the old drive wasn't being recognized. It actually turned out it wasn't nothing to do with that. It was to do with the fact that he was plugging it into the RAID controller rather than the SATA controller, but they all look the same, so whatever. So yeah, we enabled CSM mode, but then that's when the problems seemed to start happening. So I figured if you turn off CSM and then turn on resizable bar and enable above 4G decoding, it will allow it to use all the RAM. And yeah, I said, have you done that? And they're like, yeah. So you've enabled the resizable bar. It's like, no, how do I do that? And I asked the same question about 3 or 4 times, and I was getting a bit stressed. I've got to be honest with you. I don't normally get stressed. It's unusual for me. But I don't, yeah. All these things happening at the same time, just like... stressed. Anyway, it's fine. He's probably going to bring the PC back on Monday. We need to have a closer look at. And BIOS is this one here. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I might even make a video on it. Hopefully I won't need to. It'll just be like, get it in, put it on the bench, fire it up, see what the problem is. If it's like RAM or something simple, just like, here's another set of RAM. Sorry, here you go. My apologies. I'm hoping nothing's been damaged because they did put another hard disk drive in this machine. And I know what it's like when you've got like a lot of tight cabling and cable management trying to plug in things. Things can go wrong, but We'll have a look at it, see what the deal is. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad. Hopefully it's not the graphics card. The graphics card was brand spanking new. It was a XFX RX 6800, literally brand new, sealed in the box. And it did show me some graphical corruption and did show me that the AMD driver timed out. And I was like, oh God, please don't be the graphics card. That's brand new. Like, I bought it on eBay, but it was like a brand new card. Anyway, let's flash the BIOS, shall we? Where's the BIOS flashback button? Tell me this has got BIOS flashback. Now I've done this. Where's the button?
Mike, with multiple monitor setups, you probably need something like Display Fusion to run 2 or more taskbars independently.
I got it. Thank you. There is a Q flash button. It's on the board.
Matthew Dave, but that was Poppy that ran across, wasn't it?
There goes everything. Sorry about that. We got the display back yet? Good. Whenever I turn on the power supply on that, I need to sort that wire out. I think the problem is I've sort of sussed it out. The problem with that plug is I bought some relatively inexpensive wall plates with USBs on them as well as the normal traditional plugs. And I think there must be like a earthing issue in it. Anyway. That's something else I got to fix. So let's press the button. Yep, it's come into life. We've got some flashing happening. Well, this is all very exciting.
Yeah, that's nice there, isn't it?
And let's put you on the overhead so you can see what is going on. So we've got some flashing going on there. That's actually nice and easy to see. I quite like that. We'll see what happens anyway. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, let's grab a drink and see what's happening. Is that changing speed yet? Tell you what, chat, keep an eye on the flashing of the LED down the bottom here. And tell me if it changes speed. And if someone keeps an eye on the time, what are we now? Just gone 10 past 9. So if it's not done by 20 past, it ain't going to work.
Fred sent it to Dutch Jan.
Cheers, Fred.
Does Dutch Jan know?
Fred's sent the picture to Dutch Jan.
I've got to spell it out to Mike.
Sorry, too many things going on. Oh, yeah, the light is changing. Excellent.
Pizza was awful, balls not so much. Ashley. How much stretching did he have to do to reach?
Oh, there. But right, that seems to be working. Excellent. And have I got Discord on this computer? I haven't. Actually, I got it on my phone. That'll be all right. Where are we? Discord. Where have you put it, Jan?
Has Dutch Jan said he's had it yet?
Oh, I don't know.
Fred said he sent it to Dutch Jan.
Okay.
But that's as far as we've got.
I can't see anything at the moment. So yeah, let me know in the chat when the picture may be
Dutch
about.
Jan, nothing here yet.
Okay. Last man standing says I need that PSU in my puff. In your what? In your puff? What's that? Your PC?
And can you say the cat that walked past went Dave? It was Poppy.
It was Poppy, yeah.
It was Mummy Poppy. Dutch is hard to learn in.
I do like this power supply, but the fan is noisy as all hell.
Life is puff.
Ah,
I need that PSU in my life.
life.
So was that autocorrect or?
I think so, yeah. Sky says, last time I checked the AliExpress, 7700s aren't too cheap right now. I did get a 9600 for 11 Canadian dollars, 211. So that is approximately about 105, 110. It's pretty good. Yeah, I think I got a 7700 a couple of weeks back for 117, same as Dave.
Must be a Norfolk thing.
Those were great. There's Tough Enough. How you doing, Tough Enough?
Rasher, every time he clicks on your link offer AliExpress deal of €10,550.
Oh God.
Reduced from 18,500. And Mike just responds, weird, lol.
Yeah, I don't know why it is. Why? It must be because I get links and they're from AliExpress. But I think it's because I do UK. And because you're not in the UK, it probably is default into like another region, possibly. I'm not too sure.
How hot is it in here? I'm really, really hot.
23.8 degrees Celsius and 58% humidity. It's not too bad. Right, still flashing away, a bit slow now.
You could flash to me when you're off camera.
I better not.
Just in case.
Come on, flash in. Now, strangely, tonight on the live stream, we've got a decent number of viewers.
We did last week, though.
We did last week, yeah, but it's actually showing them.
Yeah, but it was last week because you did that shout out to Patricia.
But the thing is, the concurrent viewers is showing high, but the views are showing low. So normally by about now, about an hour in, we'd have about 600 views. And almost exactly 33% down, we're on about 400 views.
Aram car. UK is outside.
UK is outside the unit, so you get better deals on AliExpress. All right, okay. Thanks, Taran car. I can't pronounce that very well. Sorry if I butchered it. Old Bob says people still need to hit the like button, Mike. Yeah, hit the like button if you want to.
Let's have more likes than views.
Yeah, we could have more likes than views almost. That would be great.
Show YouTube that they are messing up.
How long is this taking? This seems to be taking a little while. We'll give it a minute. Oh, speak of the devil. That power supply is awesome, isn't it? I do like that power supply.
I always think of Kieran.
I'm lifting it up. I'm lifting it up now when it's off. That's probably a stupid thing to do. Right, so it seems to have turned itself off completely.
Where's Kieran?
Which is unusual, because normally this would reboot itself and come on with a CPU light. So, yeah, I'm not too sure what's happened there. Let's turn on...
Fred's having a problem with email, I think. It's in Dutch, so... Do you want to tell Dutch down?
Yeah. Oh, he's having some problems. Hang on, I'm having problems as well, because this PC ain't turning back on. It's basically just died. There's the power button. I did press the power button. It appeared to be wired up correctly.
It's alright, Dutch John's replied. So.
I think this has just died.
Mike's break my PSU.
Completely dead. What has happened there? Please, please, please don't do this to me. Turn off the power supply.
You lost 5 viewers for doing that.
I lost 5 viewers for breaking it. Thanks, viewers. Let's turn that back on. Short circuit the house. Press the power button. No, it's completely dead. Right.
Said he's done it.
Cheers, Fred.
No, to Dutch
Oh, Dan. All right, okay.
You're in the middle party.
I know. I'll shut up.
No, don't shut up, Dutch Jan.
Dutch Jan, he's done it. Right. I just appear to have killed a computer. Somehow.
Always flash bars with bare motherboard.
Well, it kind of is.
It isn't broken unless the board came too faulty. Hard to ruin a no boat with bad flash these days.
Well, yeah, you'd think so. Right,
I can
let's...
see the issue. There's no CPU in it.
Yeah, but it should still come on and give you the CPU error light.
Take the CMOS battery out.
Let's take the CMOS battery out. We'll completely discharge the battery and the board by press and hold the power button for a little while. That should
Then
drain the
check
caps.
the BIOS board revision, etc.
Well, it was the same BIOS for versions 0.1 and 1.1. So that should have been okay.
Here comes Dave.
Turn the power supply back on. Lose the bloody will to live. All right, Dave. Yeah, absolutely nothing. Okay. Let's see if we can get it to do a BIOS flash again. So,
What do you reckon, Dave?
actually, if I press the button, yeah. So I pressed the BIOS flash button. Oh, and it started up for a few seconds, then turned off. But then that's because there's no BIOS flash USB in there. All right, let's try that again. Because something didn't go right there, I'm sure. So we'll just get that, see if it will do a flash. So I'm not getting the light there now. And it's turned itself off.
Jim.
Okay. Now I'm really confused. Because the whole point of USB BIOS flashback is the fact that you can recover a system if it goes bad.
Buffering. No, it's okay.
1,
Do you need a link
2,
to a useful flash
3,
video?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's not an ATX short problem. That seems to be going longer now than it did before. And all I've done is taken the RAM out. And I have cleared the CMOS. Right, so now it's a little bit further on. Let's it's flashing, it's doing something now. I have no idea what happened there.
RAM issue?
It may be in a RAM issue, but it shouldn't be really because there's no CPU in there. So in theory, none of those contacts are actually making contact. There might as well not be a RAM in there. But I don't know, maybe it went wrong. So I told you it's been one of those weeks, haven't I? I told you. We'll see. Hopefully this will work this time. Now we've got a solid light. Now it's flashing different speeds, so now it is actually flashing. Let's see what happens this time. Because normally when you do a BIOS flash, it's supposed to get to the end, turn off the power supply, and effectively apply a restart. And then it'll come back saying like no CPU or whatever. So let's see. Maybe another potentially faulty thing. We'll see. Hey, it's Jason Woods. How you doing, Jason? Viali says, do you have to rename the BIOS file to use BIOS flashback like you have on ASUS? Yes. Yeah. I've renamed it to gigabyte.bin, which is what it should be. If there's a problem with the BIOS name, it will do the fast flashing to start with and then it will stop. Because if it can't read the file or the file name, it will just give up. It should be fine. We'll see. Welcome to Sweat with Mike. Oh man, it has been one of those days. I should have had some food as well. All I've had today, I think, was a sausage roll at dinner time and 2 apples. Because I didn't want to cook a dinner. Well, I kind of did, but because I was getting tied up with other stuff, I didn't bother. It's fine. Right, see if it's Skywalker's calf bring Mike a real drink. I haven't even got any real drinks here. Well, I probably have got like vodka or something, but that's probably a little bit much. Right, is it in tech chat? No. Is it in PC build advice maybe? Let me know if that if you get that image and if you send it across. We'll see what's going on. Jay Gordon says, rename the stream to Hardware Hell. Charles Ballard says, sausage roll and 2 apples. That's what she wanted.
I had 3 sausage rolls.
It used to be, when I go to work in the morning, I always take like a banana and a couple of apples. And I'd always come down in the morning and Kath would have laid out the banana and the apples to look like your junk.
No, you only took one to work. When we worked, I used to get them off the trolley and put them on your desk.
Tio says there, better airflow, 3 exhaust fans on top or 2 exhaust, 1 intake. It is completely dependent on the case, layout, the design. The simplest thing to do is try it. Try it with 3 exhausts, see what temperatures are like. Try it with 1 intake and 2 exhaust and yeah, see what happens. Sometimes you'll find that having an additional intake at the top will help, but it looks weird because you've got like a reverse fan. So yeah, it looks weird. For the very minimal difference, if at very best, you're probably going to be looking maybe a couple of, well, maybe 2 or 3 degrees difference. You may find one benefit more. If it's the top fans, then you should probably find your CPU might run just slightly cooler because it's getting a little bit more extra fresh air from the front. But to be honest with you, I would just go for 3 exhaust in the top. That's what I always do.
Adam Williams.
Adam Williams. Put the 7700 in. I haven't got the 7700 now. Well, I have, but it's in the stream PC. I thought I had another one somewhere.
And then
But that must have been what I put into the PC I just sold. Hence why I bought the 9600, I think. Fred says, do you have Facebook? Yes, I do. Yeah, just look for Mike Churchill.
Mr. Neil.
Mr. Neil. Big up Mike, top man for doing this on live. I wouldn't have the energy. It's not about... Well, yeah, I suppose it is about energy. It's... Quite often with these streams, it's stuff that I just basically need to do, and I would normally just do here sat on my own with just a video playing in the background. But why not take you guys and girls along for the ride? See, that's where it's not going right, I think. Because I'm sure that should try and reboot itself now. Because the BOS flashlight's gone out, the USB's off. So if I try and turn on the PC, I'm sure you should get something. I am a little bit confused now. I'm just going to put the processor in and see if we... The thing is though, that should turn on, shouldn't it? Even without a processor, I'm sure that should still turn on. If I press the USB... Yeah, now the BOS flash button isn't working at all. Because it should still turn on the computer. Because it should just try and look for the USB. But it isn't. It's almost like it's shorting out the power supply. Try later BOS as it seems to have failed, says Nick Barnes. That's actually not a bad idea. Let's try that just for a little bit of a sanity check, because it could be a bad BOS, you never know. Stranger things have happened. Like President Trump being president twice. Who'd have thought? It's all a game show, isn't it? Let's go back to the BOS. So that was BOS F13. Actually... I wonder. Yeah, because if let me show you on the screen. So on here, like I'm on this one, so it's revision 1.0 and 1.1, which this board appears to be a revision 1.1. Although, where does it say it on Gigabyte boards?
Have you read all this? Put CPU, RAM, GPU in and try it.
Yeah, I am.
Try a later BIOS.
I am thinking of that. There we are. Yeah, Rev 1.1. Got it down the bottom there. All right. So let's download the F30. What did I do? I did F30, didn't I, last time? So I wonder if I've gone too old. So what's the very latest one? That one B.
Do they mind if we re-record this at the same time with...
Yeah, I'm just pressing record.
ready for the real video.
So let's get that. We'll open that up there. So 34, and we'll do extract all, which is going to be on the other desktop, because of course it is.
Indobla says, wait a little longer for the motherboard to reboot. Sometimes it takes a while longer, but it's completely dead, isn't it?
Yeah, it's completely dead. There's no signs of life whatsoever. But yeah, sometimes they do take a little while to come back. You're absolutely right. Gigabyte. It is .bin, isn't it? Am I being stupid?
You are downloading for 1.2?
No. Revision 1.2 is... If I clicked on that one, that would take me to the revision 1.2 site, but we're on this one. And it says at the top there, revision 1.0 and 11. So we are on the right site. I did do a little bit of a sanity check, so thank you for pointing out. You're absolutely right.
Has 8600G been discontinued? Looking for a non-gaming general use build, either with 8600G or 7600?
I don't think it has been.
Only one vendor has 8600G here in Canada.
Not that I'm aware of. So we'll replace the file in the destination. So that's our newer bin file. It's the right file size, so 32 megabytes or 32,000 kilobytes. So that should be absolutely fine. So let's try that. Although saying that, now the PC won't do anything, will it? Because it's completely dead. I'm slightly suspicious of this power supply, to be honest with you, because, well, firstly, it's Game Max. You can never be 100% sure. I just wonder if that works now. No, did I turn it off? Right, let's turn it off.
Jonas says makes more sense to delid the 7800X3D, mate, because it gets proper hot.
They do, yeah.
Did you say the story on it?
I did tell the story about it. I didn't actually delid it. It wasn't me. It was somebody else prior. I bought it as a used part. The power supply is on now.
But
See if
use that one to practice for a better one.
Yeah. See, the power switch is not working at all on this board, which does make me slightly concerned. Let's unplug the SATA, be on the safe side. And all of our power sockets are in place. See if... Yeah, weirdly the Q-flash button works. But I'm sure the power button should work, even if you don't have a CPU in there. Maybe I'm wrong. But this is definitely behaving strangely, I would say. So we'll let it do the flash, we'll let it do that BIOS, which is a little bit newer. So we'll...
Did you check the CPU pin stack?
I'll be honest with you, no, I haven't. Let's have a little look in there. As far as I can remember, it was fine. Oh, actually... Oh, man. No, the CPU pin stack is fucked, for want of a better word. That is not supposed to look like that. I think we have found our problem, possibly. Because that looks wrecked. Actually, yes, I do remember now that when this came through, the shield wasn't on the top, and I put it back on. I didn't even think to look at the socket. Oh, for God's sake. Right. I'm going to get a picture of this quickly.
Overhead, let's see.
And see if I can zoom in a bit. Macro mode, enhance. And get some extra light on it.
Why don't you put it on overhead and then you can see on your phone as well? Can't they?
These are just for eBay. Because that is, yeah, that's knackered. That is knackered. I wonder if let me see how close I can get it. So yeah, it would flash a BIOS. I can't imagine that in any world that that is going to work, because that is wrecked. And on this angle, it looks even worse.
School error, not checking the CPU socket first. Switch it off
Well,
before it goes up in smoke.
it was supposed to be new.
Time for a lesson in straightening pins, Mike.
Not my job. something else to go back to eBay. Balls. Right, let me see if I can get you some pictures from the overhead.
Maybe you could do it on your phone to zoom in.
Where's my little blipper remote thing? Is that what I dropped? I dropped something earlier, didn't I?
Don't know. You're always dropping stuff.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going over my head a bit. Mike,
Ah, there it is.
the gods are speaking to you here. Return the lot of it.
Yeah, send it all back. Oh, that's gutting. Actually, you can see from that, can't you? Pretty much. Like, even there, that's not a particularly high resolution image, but let me see if I can, because I've got the auto focus turned off, I think, at the moment. HDR focus, autofocus. And there we go. I think that's just about picking it up, but you can tell just from that picture, can't you?
I can.
That is knackered. Why didn't I check it? Why did I not check it? Yeah, that is dented. Well, the cover was off when it came through. I did put it back on because I actually looked through the box, and the first thing I noticed the cover wasn't on, so I put the cover back on. I didn't even bother checking the board. I thought, no, that's fine. It's just one of those things that happens. But I checked, and I was like, oh, they haven't put a Wi-Fi antenna in there. So then I spent ages going looking for a Wi-Fi antenna because they didn't include one. There's no accessories in there whatsoever. So I went to look for, yeah, a new bit. Anyway. Hey. Still try it, Mike. Some of those pins could be ground. I don't know. Well.
No, not if you're testing the CPU.
No.
You can't really, can you?
I can't.
You can't risk it.
I don't really want to kill another processor on it.
And you better test it, aren't you?
Yeah. So yeah, that's not going to happen. I'll let it continue doing the BIOS flash, but that would explain why it doesn't turn on, because there's probably a short circuit in there somewhere. It also looks like there's a pin missing. I need to get a really good picture of that somehow. There's a Christmas idea, a little microscope. To be honest with you,
You can see that quite well. If you move your head out the bloody way. No offence.
you can see in that corner there more so. It almost looks like burnt. Sorry, this is really hard to hold. That looks burnt. I don't think it is, but... And over in the other corner, that don't look happy, does it? There's a few other bits and pieces. Mainly it's that bit there. Oh God. Yeah, that is in a shocking state. Oh well. Is it going to be one of those days, isn't it?
I don't think I would even be able to straighten those because I like to put my nail file in.
Yeah.
Them.
No, it's...
And they're inset, aren't they? In that?
It was a cheap board. It was supposed to be new. It came from John Pye, which is like a well-known auction house here in the UK. They do like police auctions and stuff like that as well. But yeah, I think we'll give this a bit of a wide berth, because that is just, yeah, that's not acceptable to me. So fortunately I've got another board as a backup. So we'll use that instead. Did you pay by PayPal? Yes. And it was on eBay's guaranteed thing, so yeah, it'll be fine. To be honest, I've had a couple of things off eBay which have not been good or not been exactly as I expected. And eBay have just given me the money back pretty much straight away. There was the power supply, that MSI power supply. The only thing that was wrong with that, it was noisy. Sent it back, full refund. There was another power supply I got, which was also noisy, the Gigabyte one, which I thought had been dropped because it was a bit damaged on the packaging. Sent it back, full refund. So, and also they send the returns labels, so it's not too bad. It's time consuming and it's a pain in the ass, but it's.
But it lets the postman see your pants every morning.
Yeah, at least the postman can come and see me bleary-eyed in my pants. I have got to the point now where I just don't care. Just come down to the door in my pants. And like, here. I open like one eye. Sort of.
Why is it they can come at the crack of dawn to collect your post, but they can't deliver it until like late in the afternoon? Why can't they do it all in one go?
Like you're expecting a parcel, so it's like, oh yeah, quick, get downstairs. It'll be with that parcel. I'm waiting for it to do the video. And it'll be, oh, you got returns? Like, oh yeah, hang on a minute.
And then 6 hours later.
And then they're like, can we take a picture? It's like, dude, I'm in my pants.
I bet if you went on OnlyFans, you'd have all these pictures of you in your pants stood in the door.
Right, is that all the things out? Yes, it is. Right, take out my USB ports. I want that one. I want that one. Right, I'm going to put that back in the box. And, yeah, I'm not too sure. That did make me wonder, actually, in hindsight now. That's the trouble when you're rushing around doing stuff. You shouldn't really rush around. So, look, for the sake of what I paid for it, for the hassle and for the postage and stuff like that, it just really isn't worth doing. Like, if it's got damage on the pins there, you never know what other damage might have occurred somewhere. It might have like a cracked joint or dry joint. So yeah, I'm not even gonna. Sorry.
Oran says, Mike, when are you going to mention or have a video on the
That should have gone out to patrons. Right. Yeah, Kath says is the next one to go out. It'll be out shortly. The Corsair video is going to get me a lot of hate, I think. The views are down anyway, so like whatever. Does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Who cares?
I just want to see Mike in your flame suit. What's that?
Oh no, it's the flame suit was basically. I mentioned that because I know there's a lot of Corsair fanboys out there, especially in viewerland.
I thought it was like a furry because of our hat being called Flame.
No, it's not a furry suit. God damn.
Christ.
Jeepers. Yeah, it's. It was basically me waiting to get absolutely annihilated. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't know anything about power supplies really, other than the ones I use and kind of any research I do.
You didn't have a CPU on the board, did you?
No.
Because I'm saying, hope the CPU is still okay.
Yeah, no, I haven't put a CPU in it yet. So we'll go for the tried and tested route. Good old MSI B650 Edge Wi-Fi.
Viali.
Viali likes a good MSI board.
What was the other board?
Gigabyte. Good old Gigashite. There we go. Viali's got an AM4 board with a broken socket.
I bet it's an MSI.
Bound to be. O'Reilly says, question, Mike should do a Halloween stream in a furry cat suit. Kath, you gave me this idea. O'Reilly, you're banned. It's never going to happen. I think this world is weird enough as it is without me dressing up as a cat suit. As funny or as unfunny as that may be.
Ali G, you've done. But that's about as far as you go.
Now, also with this motherboard, I have no idea what BIOS is on here. So, yeah. Oh, oi! Get out! You're not allowed in there. Bloody hell. Why is it whenever you put a box on the floor, the cats automatically think it's a kitty litter or something?
It's Candy, she just wants to go to sleep.
Candy, just F-R-O. Right. Sorry about this.
Thanos is in.
Hey, Thanos, how you doing? Old Bob says, Mike, you look weird with hair, with fur. I would.
Why?
Every now and then I do post pictures in the Discord of me when I had hair.
I tell the cats I've just got to brush my fur and then I can go down and get their food. And then they want to be brushed.
Right, I have a screw left over. I have a loose screw. Right, again, I have no idea what BIOS is on this.
It looked better when the pins are on the CPU.
Yeah. That is what CPU pins are supposed to look like.
Oh, look at a rasher. Good night.
Very good. Right, here is the 9600X. Making me nervous now. Right, and because of the type of CPU this is, I'm going to take off the shield. I need my other thing. So I don't know if the heatsink is going to remain in place, and I don't want to risk shorting it. So I'm going to use a Thermalright CPU guard. Actually, I think I need to remove the plastics as well, don't I?
Thanks to Rick.
Do I need to remove... I think it might be, actually. Thanks to Rick, if you sent it. I think it was Rick.
It's definitely Rick sent one. I don't know if it's that one or...
Do I need to remove that as well? No, I can leave that in place. That's all right. I'm starting to really doubt myself. Which I shouldn't do. It has been one of those weeks. Right, so in theory, I'm pretty sure I should be able to just lift that off.
Does a Delidded CPU make all that difference?
I don't know, is the honest answer. I think it does if you use a decent thermal paste or like liquid metal, but other than that, it's like a couple of degrees if you're lucky with like normal pastes.
Did you put thermal paste between it?
I didn't. They've already pre-applied some liquid metal.
I can't believe I'm filling in for you. I don't even know.
So this is just to keep the heat shield
Danny
in
Boyd,
place.
hello, I'm like number 90.
Hey, Danny Boyd. Thank you very much. Very much. Zero Defects says, nice board, that one. I like this board. This is the second board I think I ever bought on this platform. And it was in my video editing, sorry, my streaming PC for a very, very long time. Some of you remember back in the early days when the AM5 socket first came out, I was having a lot of problems with memory, but I didn't really realise it was memory at the time. So I went through 3 motherboards, various power supplies, various different RAM, all sorts of things. I changed loads and loads of settings. And yeah, it turns out eventually it was like basically the DDR5 just needed the things like the context restore enabled and also the enable memory power down. As soon as I started doing all that stuff, it was absolutely great. But of course, in the early days, none of us knew about that. Nobody knew it was a thing. There's lots of people who are getting instability problems on the early AM5. I actually remember when I first got the AM5 and it's like, I'd gone from a 5800, I think, to a 7700X. I think was the first one I had. And it was like, I bought this and it's now significantly worse than it was when I started. Why? Why did I even put myself through this? And yeah, it's just yeah, one of these bizarre things. I'm not sure when I actually used this board last, so in theory it should have the BIOS on there, which is appropriate for it. If not, well, we'll just have to flash it again, because that's just that's the way things end up here. And I am going to put a little smidge of MX4 on the top, and I'm just going to rest that cooler on the top, just in case, whilst whipping myself in the face with it. This is not an appropriate cooler for this processor.
Can we have a poll to settle the age-old question, what is the preferred term, mubbers or mubsters?
Either. I don't mind either.
Dave Egan says mubbers, more West Country.
Yeah, I think you could probably agree that, yeah. Right, my mubbers? Right. Done and done. To be fair, if this CPU actually works, it's probably going to stay on this board anyway. Although I was considering putting it in a PC behind me, but because I swap out stuff on a reasonably regular basis, I probably don't want to do that. I think we're good. Let's plug in some peripherals. This is a great board, actually. I do like this board. And I have my trusty USB monitor, which hopefully I'll have a need for. I was just thinking then, does the 9600X have a GPU built in? But of course it does. Don't know why I'm even asking that. There's a lot of self-doubt going on today. I'm not looking forward to it tomorrow when people come in to buy car parts and ask for advice. I'll be like, oh, I don't know, just don't ask me anything. Right, is the screen visible somewhat? Let's try and get rid of some of that reflection. There we go. Right. Turn on the power supply, lose all of the thing. It's a 9600. So let's right, power switch is working. I'm not sure if you can see very well there, that has actually come to life. We do have a thing, so the switch works, the RAM appears to work. The CPU thing is going. I can't see any diagnostic LEDs at the moment, which is a little bit concerning. Fan does appear to be changing speeds. That's a good sign. GPU? No, it seems to be working. We've got a light on the board, and that's gone out, so it seems to be doing RAM training at the moment.
9700X is the chip, Mike?
9600X, yes. Looks like we might be getting a display. Holy Jesus, God and Mary, and the sweet baby Jesus. Oh, it's gone. Yay, we have a BIOS screen. Praise the Lord. Oh my God, and the CPU core temperature is 83 degrees Celsius and dropping. So CPU core temp is not great. So do I need to apply some pressure? This is a stupid cooler.
Let's click for a first boot.
We're in the 70s. Out, that's my finger. 77. Right, I would be led to believe that the heatsink is not doing a great job, because 77 degrees in the BIOS is absolutely awful. Let's see if it needs any pressure. So let me turn this off a minute. And I will actually attach this with some pressure. This is a crap cooler, to be fair. You shouldn't ever use one of these. This is like for a 35 watt chip. Right. We have slightly better pressure. Because it's been delidded, obviously there is going to be an issue with pressure. So if you don't have enough pressure, it's not going to make a good seal or good contact. The fan seems to be ramping up. 87, 80, 79, 76. It's coming down quickly. But is that a thermal thing? Nope, 71, 70. I don't understand why it's coming down when it was that hot. 69C, 68. That shouldn't be that hot, I don't think.
Put a better cleaner on then, you daft muppet.
Who said that?
Who do you think?
Everybody.
Old Bob.
Old Bob. 68. Okay.
Guy Stalker says, Mike, if that is the Delidded CPU, it means that they have taken off the solder.
Yeah.
You might not have good thermal interface between the spreader and the HS stroke fan.
That is kind of what I'm thinking. Because I'm sure it should be less than that, even with the crap cooler. Because it's basically evened out now at 68 degrees. Which to me seems like too much. So, let's
well, eBay's
turn
going
off.
to be busy with returns next week, though.
Oh god, don't. Slide that off of there. Actually, I can pull that off, can't I?
This might amuse you with a nasty day. May need to redistribute the LM and then glue IHS with a little RTV.
Yeah.
A bit of TLC.
We haven't got any silicon, have we?
No, you're a silly cunt.
Wow. Let's have a look.
Remember, and I used to go around the supermarket asking for it.
Yeah.
Not knowing I was saying it wrong.
Oh shit, nearly fell off the chair.
Yeah, getting me to ask new people for
Right,
it.
I'm going to put on a proper cooler, because ideally we should be idling around about 40C. That is quite normal for an AM5 processor in the BIOS. And we'll see. Right, let's get that out of the way so you can actually see what I'm doing. This desk is getting a bit overloaded again. Right, let's turn the power supply off to start with, because I might damage something. That would be great. My thoughts are that because of obviously how it arrived through the post with... actually, I should have found some pictures. Oh, wrong one. I have got some pictures on my phone, I think. Glenn says I can send you some cool laboratory liquid ultra if you like. I might take you up on it. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with this. I might end up just for my own personal sanity. I dropped it. I might end up just... Well, actually, I don't really want to send it back, but I might do. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Where do I put the other screws then? There. I have to keep things together. I've got so many things going around my head at the moment.
Do you want another one?
No. Go on.
They broke down on the motorway,
Oh, what?
but they got back on, but it's making a funny noise. They're trying to get off, so I think they must be robbed by Jeffs.
Jeff's?
Who we used to take home from work.
Oh, God.
So that's sort of that area.
Right, so just in case, if some of you didn't hear that, our daughter and her boyfriend have broken down somewhere, maybe towards the Severn crossing, and the car's making a funny noise. So yeah, we might have to cut this short and jump in the jalopy and go and rescue them.
They're going again now, but it's a bit noisy.
Oh, God. I told you, is it a full moon today?
I don't think so. Everyone was crazy a few weeks ago, weren't they? Don't think it's long enough since.
Yeah, check the wheel nuts. Right, just going to put a little bit of thermal paste there. And I've got to take the bloody fan off, haven't I? Yeah, this is not the night you want to be broke down, is it, with this weather? Struth. Fun enough, I did offer, just before the stream started, I did offer we could go, I said, like, if you want to, we'll come and pick you up. They're like, oh, that's all right, we've got a friend's going to come and get us. Dear Lord. It's one of those, I think it's one of those days and weeks where I literally shouldn't be touching or doing anything. Just like hide away.
Got that song Hideaway going through my head now.
Yeah. Right, that'll do.
Now I know what the problem is. I'm blocked from posting photos on your Discord.
Ah, right.
Where is he?
Kath will sort it out for you now. All newbies are banned from posting images in case there's anything bad. It's a security measure, but someone will give you the members role and you can post them. Right. Actually, what's your username on Discord?
Yeah.
There's a significantly delayed start then. Right, let's see what temperatures we get this time. "66, 62, 60, 57, 55, 53, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44. I think it's going to level out there at 44. 43. Right, so partially a cooler issue, possibly to do with the liquid metal probably not being very well distributed, but 43C is much better. That sounds about right. So yeah, 43C, and it seems to be holding pretty steady there. So I think if I actually, I've got Windows on a drive which is attached here. So if I can reboot, it might actually boot into Windows, and we'll see what happens.
Excuse me.
Jason Wood says Robocop is under £5 at the moment on Steam. If you didn't know, is that the old version or the new one? Is that Rogue City or is that the Unfinished Business add-on pack? See if this will boot now. It might do. Yeah, looks like it's gonna. Ah, there. I'm going to pack some of this away a minute while that's installing Windows or doing whatever it needs to do. Getting ready.
or something on Discord, so I know it's getting.
Fred, can you type a message on Discord in the general chat somewhere, just so we know it's you?
And then I can upgrade him.
Nice. Come on, Windows. You can do it. Ooh, and it's called Bench. Okay, so that is working. Now, what I can possibly do...
First one for Robocop.
The first one. That's pretty good. Actually, I could just do. Have I got... Is Cinebench on there?
I like to give my earworms. Best one is Ken Lee.
Oh, dang it. Right, is that the mouse, keyboard, etc.? I'll tell you what, if I turn it on, these work much better if you turn them on.
And if you sing Ken Lee as you're doing it.
Ken Lee. Right, Cinebench. Cinebench is on here. So we'll fire that up, and we'll also fire up hardware monitor. I don't really want to make changes to my device, but whatever. And yes, I will accept that. I must be doing something with the graphics at the moment. Where is the thing? There we go. Oh my goodness. Right. Move over, you thing.
Are GPU drivers installed?
No. I don't think they will be, because it's the integrated AMD graphics. So I'd be very surprised. So CPU core temperatures at the moment. Let's just scroll down, it'd be easier, wouldn't it? So 39.1 degrees is the package temperature. Not too bad. So I think what I'll do is, we've got Cinebench here. Just press it there. And we'll see if the temps do get like ridiculous straight away. Yeah, it's gone straight up to 85 degrees. Now, what is the normal running temperature of one of these chips running Cinebench? Does anybody have an idea? But granted, this isn't the best cooler. I know the 7000 series went to like 95C and just stayed there because they're designed to do it. This is at 87.5. Thanks, George. David says 95C. So I thought these were a little bit more efficient and ran a little bit cooler. Last man standing. What's Mike and that 9600X got in common? They've both been delidded. Nice. Thank you. David Anderson says 95C. Dutch Jan says between 67 and 88. So we're kind of in the ballpark. Almost getting to 90. So I think that maybe the liquid metal application is not great, possibly. Sky says 95C is the thermal limit for the chip. So maybe it's not too bad then. Because Cinebench is going to get to kind of that level, isn't it? LJ Jessup says working fine, nice temps. Consider it's only a little cooler. Yeah, 87 degrees. 87.4. We'll leave that running for a little bit and see what the score it gets. I have no idea what score it's even meant to get. Anybody? Bueller. I think it's actually installed the driver in the background. Viali says just ran on my 9900X 62C. What's that? With a 360mm rad? I'm guessing that is. I thought it should have been a little bit cooler, personally. Is it shown in the red? No. Oh, Viali's got a 420mm. Yeah, that'll do it then. Rasher found a cardboard box behind him, under loads of other smaller boxes today. I was moving stuff, and said, "What the fuck is this? 4 mechanical keyboards. They must have been going very cheap." It will downclock to maintain 95 to Sky, so if it's hitting limits, it might be throttling. Paul Lamont says, I'm running Cinebench with the same CPU and it hits 61C on a 240mm AIO.
Andy Archer?
Andy says, Liquid Metal has a tendency to leak if no foam protection and the CPU is shot so it can short the board. Okay. Viali gets 30,000. Is that on Cinebench 23? Oh, that's a 9900, isn't it? So that is 12 cores. So we should get about half that. So like 15,000, I'm guessing.
Do you want a line of chocolate?
I do. But I won't. Be good. So it seems to be staying pretty stable at 87. Now this cooler is one which it's a pretty basic cooler, to be fair. It's not as good as a 120mm tower. I think it's alright. I think we're doing okay. Paul Lamont, can you let us know what your score was? Oh, got it. Excellent. Good timing. So 1480.88. So we'll see what this... Was that just a single loop or the 10-minute loop? I know the 10-minute loops generally get a little bit better score as long as there's no thermal issues. So that's why I'm doing the 10-minute loop, which we're 5 minutes in. I think, to be fair, it's fine because it's done 5 minutes. We're still at about 87C. It's moving up and down very slightly, but not a huge amount. And it's drawing about 88 watts, which I think is what it's meant to do. Currently at 5,000 and, well, yeah, 50 megahertz, which is, I'm guessing the all-core boost is what, 5.4, 5.5? Sorry, the single-core boost is 5.4-ish. The all-core is, what, 5 gigahertz? I should look it up, really. I've never even investigated this chip at all. I know nothing about it, really. Let's have a quick look and see. 9600X. All-core boost clock. You can expect the all-core boost frequency to be around 4 to 4.5 gigahertz. Well, we're much higher than that. Thanks, AI Overview, you useless sack of shit. All-core boost. Right. All-core frequencies 4.9 to 5.1 gigahertz under typical conditions with its 65 watt TDP, which makes sense because it's hitting 88, so it's boosting a little bit higher. CPU has a maximum single core boost clock of up to 5.4, so we're there. Yeah, I think we're okay. Excellent. And we've not tweaked the BIOS at all, which is literally just installed it and gone with it. So I'm going to guess this is going to get about 16.5 maybe. We'll see what happens, but it looks like it's going to do pretty well. Pause on 10 minutes. Okay, cool. Dutch Jan says, oh shit, I have to work on my PC, 87C on Cinebench, Ryzen 7 5800X. I think that's about right. That sounds okay. Chris is moving workshop after 23 years. The tech hoard is ridiculous, I bet. I bet. If I had to move house, it would be a struggle. When we moved house last time, even though we had 2 young children at the time, it wasn't too bad. We basically got rid of everything, but we didn't really have a lot, did we?
Yeah, I've been clearing that house out for 3 months before you did, Denny.
Yeah, I was working.
To be fair, and I had to clear my mum's house out to fit it all We're working.
Lemonhead. Thank you, Lemonhead, for your very kind comment there. Lemonhead says, never once have I chatted in here, but I have to tell you that you are one of the most relaxing people to watch. Not to mention how helpful your videos when I was building my PC. Much love. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. It's, to be honest with you, it's actually really easy because I just say what is ever on my mind. I never script anything. I very rarely pre-plan much. It's just, it is what it is. So I don't have any kind of real awkwardness. It's just, this is what I'm like generally. In real life, I'm probably very similar, but I probably swear more. And I probably like scratch my ass or something, which I don't tend to do on stream.
Comb it on stream.
I don't comb it on stream either. Even when he's under stress. Yeah, even when I'm under stress, it's just like, whatever. Mike is the bold Bob Ross of ASMR for PC stuff. David Nurse says, how do you pre-plan all the fuck-ups? Yeah, that's a good point. Moving is widely considered as one of life's most stressful events. I'll be honest with you, I enjoyed moving. Primarily because Kath was really good and did a lot of it, to be fair. But when it came to like the humping and bumping of furniture and all that kind of stuff, I really enjoyed it. It was
What did they say?
It was enjoyable. One of the most stressful things you can do, moving house. I think it is in terms of like, if you're in a chain or the finances are tight or whatever, I think that would make it more stressful. But the actual thing of moving house, I actually quite enjoy.
And I had pneumonia. Didn't I?
Yeah. Can you paint trees like Bob Ross? I've never seen Bob Ross paint.
I've seen him paint chemtrails.
I might, what I might do is I'll get to the point where I'll be so stressed out, I'll keep on plucking out bits of eyebrow and I'll make a brush out of eyebrow hair.
And we call it basil.
And we'll call it basil brush. And then I'll paint trees in paint using a touchpad. That might work. Dutch Jan, can someone please explain this to me? The temp goes up during Cinebench, fans spinning down. So what you might have there is, if your settings for your fans, like your BIOS settings or your software, whatever you're using, because with Cinebench you get that initial rush where it boosts really high. So your fans are going to go to like a really high speed to match that temperature in the draw. But then as Cinebench decides, actually, thermally we don't quite like that. So it's basically going to try and drop a little bit of frequency. And then it's going to find an equilibrium. And your fans are probably going to start slowing down because it's kind of slowing down because the temperature's gone down slightly, or the load's gone down. And because of that, the temperatures are going to start climbing. And you're not going to get your fans to ramp back up again fully until it reaches that high spot temperature. And then the fans will probably go nuts. Depends on the software. Oh God. Touching a touchscreen, not a good idea. So our thermal package temperature, highest recorded temperature is 89C, which for that cooler is fine. The package temperature at the moment has already dropped down to 38, 37 degrees. So again, fine. Hang on a sec, Kath. And Cinebench, I did have open, but it seems to have cleared. Where did that go? Why is Cinebench not on the screen anymore?
Because you didn't sync NLE to it.
Oh, bollocks and hell. I don't think I closed it, did I? I must have done. Ah, it's got the score there. Excellent. So, I would argue that seems like a decent score. If you could see it. Can you see it? Let me zoom you in. Well, 16,712 points. If you can see it, hopefully you can. That sounds all right. Now, for me, whenever I'm testing CPUs or benchmarking or anything, if I'm not entirely sure and I want a sanity check, what I'll do is I'll go to CPU Monkey and just type it in there. So let's do that now and see what CPU Monkey... Now, CPU Monkey, generally, the scores tend to be slightly on the upper side. So it's like people who are actually kind of like really trying to go for it. So just go into Google or whatever, type in CPU Monkey and your processor of choice. And actually, if I go to the cpumonkey.com and go to Stream Desktop, we view your privacy. Well, that's very kind of you. So we could have found out all the information we needed just now, actually. But it's a really good place to go and kind of validate your settings, see what you got. So it goes through all of the settings and stuff. Actually, they've changed the layout of this. Here we are.
Because you've never been there before.
I've never been here before. Yeah, normally the layout's different than this. Maybe it's because I've got it set differently. So, single core, multi-core. There we go. That's what we want. They have changed the layout of this. I'm sure it didn't look like this before. Where is my CPU then? Why is it doing this? This is not what I used to see. It used to just tell you the score. Summary. No. Benchmarks. Oh my lord. This doesn't look right. This isn't what it normally looks like. Mind you, I haven't been here for a little while, so... I'm actually even on the right site. That looks like the right one. Let's try that one. So that's actually comparing what I've gone from into. So, there we are. So, Cinebench multi-core, there we go.
Right, she's almost back now. She's in dining.
So, we should be seeing around about 17,460 points, roughly. So the fact we're getting 16,000 and change isn't that far off. Mike desperately needs an ad blocker. I do, but I won't use one. I'm against it. Rasher says my wife wanted a Jaguar for her birthday this year. It ripped her to shreds. I probably should have bought her a car instead. Ba-boom.
Oh, I'd love a big cat.
So. Yeah, we're basically in the right region. You'd think, actually, being this has been delidded, it should actually be better than that. But I think we'll agree that that's fine. I think personally.
So going back up to.
Go on. Yeah.
1016. It's Adam B.
1016 Adam B.
It's Adam B. Mike, would you recommend?
Janos says, well, Mike, massive thanks. Your video helped me with my motherboard from a USB stick. It was a piece of cake. Awesome. Thank you. Charles says, I can anyone have not watched a Bob Ross video. I don't know really who he is. Where was it?
1016. It's Adam B. It's just slightly up from that.
Oh, it's on B. Okay. Mike, would you recommend the MSI Mag B850 Max? Thinking of getting it for a new build next month. I've not seen it. I don't know anything about the B850 Max. Sorry. Is that one of their new boards? To be honest with you, MSI boards are generally pretty good. I know Viale is going to disagree with that, but yeah, I think. Let me have a quick look. MSI B850 Max. Max Wi-Fi. Oh, yeah, that looks right. Yeah, it's it looks like they do it in two colours as well, the black or the white. It looks like it's probably a slightly better version. Oh no, that's the Tomahawk. Where is that then? Yeah, is it a Tomahawk Max you mean? I can't see I can see a Max Gaming. B850 Max Gaming Wi-Fi, is that the one? You have to let me know. Yeah, I think this, yeah, it looks fine. Max Gaming, there's a Tomahawk Max, there's a Max Gaming, and there's a Max Gaming Wi-Fi. So I think you probably mean one of those. MSI B850 Tomahawk Max.
Wi-Fi.
Right, yeah, Tomahawk Max Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's a good board. I would buy one. If I needed one, I would go one. Yeah, the Tomahawk Max is yeah, pretty awesome. I don't think you can go too far wrong with Tomahawk boards in general. They seem to pretty much do it all. The only thing I would say that is going against it is the weird flashes of that kind of fluorescent greeny yellow they have on the board. That isn't everyone's cup of tea, but once it's in a system, it's not too bad. I do like the fact that it's got all of the M.2 shields, no blank ones, so that's nice. Yeah, seems like a fine board. I would quite happily have one, use one. Looks fine. Looks fine to me.
I don't know if that's to you. Why?
Nick Barnes, so why would you buy a 9600X for less performance than a 7700? Because bigger number better. There are a couple of reasons. First of all, purely from a sales point of view, to sell a PC with a 9600 in would arguably get more people interested in the 7700, even though the 7700 is better, because bigger number better. Also, I've not had a 9000 series processor, and at £120, it was roughly about £10–15 out from the 7700s, which I've had loads of. And I was a bit bored of them and thinking, well, I'll just try something a bit newer and see what it's like. That was pretty much the kind of the thinking behind it. Night, Jason. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, that is kind of the reasoning behind it. I was also thinking it was cheaper than it should have been, but in hindsight now, it was probably about the right price. I would have likened it to have been a bit cheaper, but we'll see. I think what I do need to do is have a look at that liquid metal and probably remove it entirely. Now, someone's going to have to tell me, because I don't know about this. Can you remove liquid metal just by wiping it away? Or do you need some form of special tool or fluid or whatever to remove it?
Spittle.
And if anybody says jizz, I'm not doing that. No, I'll give that a while to permeate. Let's turn this off a minute, because we're happy. As far as I'm concerned, it works. And if it'll take a Cinebench load, then I'm guessing it's okay. I would ideally, actually, temperature-wise, we're currently down to 32 degrees, which ain't bad. 32 degrees idling in a 24-degree room. Normally, there's a 10-degree difference, so we're just slightly under that. So that actually is good and is performing well, even though it's on a relatively modest cooler. So yeah, I'm thinking that's actually all right. Blowtorch says, Nick, we won't be doing that. There's been way too much stuff going wrong today to do that. Greg says, I think a syringe may help suck up liquid metal. I don't have any syringes, so I don't think I can do that.
Freelander just needs to drive over it, squish it out.
You can use Q-tips if you keep it all together, then turn the board over and knock into a bin. Okay.
Knock one out in the bin.
Okay, so I'm not sure now whether or not. Should I just leave it as it is? I'm kind of tempted to do that. I was trying to work out what was the noise. The CPU fan should be at a very low thing anyway, because I always set those low. But the power supply, the fan in this power supply is absolutely atrocious. Greg says, use some IPA, then cotton buds to get rid of liquid metal. Some say that it does not work. Viali says, I've seen people do it with Q-tips, don't use any kind of liquid on it. Okay. It's working, so, yeah, it's working, but I kind of want to get rid of it. I don't really want it to have liquid metal. I would much rather have like just some normal thermal paste, just in case at some point in the distant future that it decides to kind of drip or move around or whatever. But yeah, I do agree. If it is working, why risk it? Kind of makes sense.
Mike's motto is if it ain't break.
If it isn't broken, try and break it and fix it at the same time. That's the way it works for me in general. Viali says, get some PTM 7950. I did actually think about this earlier. I've actually got some in my Amazon basket at the moment. What would AMD use in the factory? They would solder it. Normally they would solder it.
And also, while you're thinking of things you've got to get, can you remember that petrol can and the 2-stroke oil?
I asked that last week.
What?
If you needed it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
So, while I'm here? No.
Yeah, we did need it.
Okay.
I thought you'd forgotten.
No.
I didn't see any message.
Alessa says, I think I need 5 pounds of steak for dinner tonight. Oh, steak.
Oh,
I could
yeah,
murder some steak right now. Liquid metal also corrodes some metals and pits the surfaces. Dave Aiken says, interested to see how this sells. That delidded CPU may put people off big time. I won't tell anybody. It's never been touched. It's absolutely fine. I think a little bit of silicone, a very thin smear of silicone around the outside edge, when the heat shield is in the right place, I think it'll be fine. Sky says, Mike, not all AM5 CPUs are soldered. The 8400Fs are not. I have 2 sitting in front of me. Okay. Do I take off the liquid metal? The thing is, we're in a stream. I've tested it works, so we're happy that it works. So there's not going to be any comeback to the eBay seller if I do manage to completely get it up. But I am a little bit concerned about the liquid metal, but I'm also a bit concerned of how I can clean it. And I'd like to try and get rid of any remnants of it, just in case. So, I don't know. Should we? Should we take it apart? Clean it? Remove that stuff? Sky says if it works, don't mess with it. The thing is, it works now, but if it is corrosive and it will pit the surfaces, it's almost like I'm doing preventative maintenance, which never works out, but I don't know. I am tempted. David notices, Mike, leave the liquid metal on it. It's too easy to F up the CPU. Or Bob says, okay, it was lying down flat, put it up right and it may leak out. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right, I'm going to fix it.
That's not one of Mike's mottos. Unfortunately.
I'm going to take it apart.
How many things, to name some things that you've not broke until you fixed it?
There's been many, many fine things.
You did do a...
Let's turn it off.
I'm trying to think of some now. I can't. We did an iPhone screen, but that was broken already.
Oh god, yeah.
But you left the sticker on the back, and you could see
Right.
it through the screen.
Let's get rid of that. I'm sure I had some... Didn't I have a pack of cotton buds down here?
I don't think so.
I'll have to go and get some. I am going to regret this, I know. But then again, I won't. Because if I do it and it works out okay, it'll be alright. Because the thing is, the heat spreaders on the CPUs, I'm pretty sure is aluminium, which is why they say it corrodes. So I'm just going to use MX4. But I am going to order some PT, whatever it's called anyway. Alan Williams says, stop. I can't. That's not the sort of person I am.
I've come home and found curtains super glued around the sink before now.
I just don't like the idea of liquid metal being on there. I don't know why. I got a little bit of a fetish against it, I think. Oh, I ain't got any blue roll. Is there any blue roll? Tell you what, I'll get the blue roll and I'll get the Q-tips upstairs. What did I even come up with? Blue roll. Hey Dave. Dun dun dun. Q-tips and blue roll. What could go wrong? Everything. Give that a good clean. And trying to get rid of as much thermal paste now as possible, so it can make life easier in the long run. One of those. Oh, I'm one of those. Actually, no, I don't need to do that, do I? So Aletta's having problems with her waterworks. Damn. When you live out in the sticks like that, it's not going to be good fun, is it? I guarantee.
Didn't they have all that poisoning put in the water when something happened? Not that long ago. What happened? I can't remember now. Something leaked.
Oh yeah, there was a chemical spill, wasn't there, years ago? Not off that train that derailed.
Oh yeah, not that long ago, was it?
Yeah, was there a train that derailed in that region and spilled a load of shit into the water system?
It was okay.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine, nothing to see here. Replace the liquid metal with mercury. Here, this isn't 1970s school.
My filling fell out, and when I held it in my hand, everyone was disgusted, but it's like, it's been in my mouth for like years.
Yeah.
Why would it make any difference being in my hand?
Right. Right, I do need to clean that out a little bit because there's a little bit of thermal goop around the outside edges. And there's also some around the outside edges of this as well. But do I turn the power supply off? I'm going to turn the power supply off. And gently move that out the way. And I could really do something better to put this on, like some cardboard or something maybe. Have a smallish bit of... Not that small. It's an Amazon box, that'd be right. One of those flat packed Amazon boxes. Has it got any details on? Let's give you an overhead camera so you can see what I'm actually doing. And actually, let's zoom ourselves out a little bit. So if I aim for this area here, are we good? Excellent. So here we have a CPU. Remember those? It's not in there. And in order to re-delid it, well, I think it's going to come off pretty easy anyway. Yeah, just pulls off. So what we need to do is to remove that residue, and hopefully we can just soak it up onto the cotton bud. Although it doesn't look like it wants to. It's still actually really runny. So that doesn't appear to want to come off. I'll put that there. Now I wonder if it will require something a little bit more absorbent. So you'll notice that I'm trying this on the heat shield side first of all. And see if that has helped. Nope, that hasn't actually stuck at all. So it's almost like it's slightly phobic. And that is just pushing it around. Actually, it has brought some off. Yeah, it's coming off. It's not the easiest of things, but it is coming off. So I might get a little bit of IPA on that. Somebody suggested that earlier, so we'll give it a go because it's on this side, so I won't get it on the CPU side. And we'll see how absorbent that becomes. Yeah, it's kind of like etched itself into the metal already. Kind of burnt itself into the metal. Because that is, yeah, there's basically nothing on there now. But it has already kind of leached into the metal. You can see that. Yeah, I'll move it over so. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. Still quite a bit of paste around the outer frame. But that would appear that it has removed it. So yeah, I don't think I could do much better on there. So now on to the slightly more delicate one. It looks like they have actually put some sort of coating over the majority of it. So we'll see if that will remove some. Oh yeah, that does seem to be coming off because I can actually see the layer of the CPU on the bottom, or the layer of the, you know what I mean, the substrate for the CPU. So yeah, it seems to be coming off of there a lot easier than it did off the top section. Not sure, can you see that very well? Look at the video, Mike. What video? I'm looking at the video. You won't get it all off the heatsink. Okay, got you. Oh yeah, that is coming off quite nicely actually. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. Almost want some microfiber on it. There you go for your AMSR perverts. It's actually, looks like it's taking the writing off. But it has sort of leached or etched right into it. Oh dear.
Oh, Otis, are you okay?
Otis just fell out the window.
You scared Otis, George.
I didn't.
He fell out the window because he could hear you coming.
Right, how?
I don't know.
It sounded like he fell on the wooden floor.
He did, from the windowsill. He was in on the window.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Where's the camera? There. Oh. Come on, autofocus, you bastard. There you go. I think that looks pretty clean. Don't get it towards the capacitors. Well, it does look, like I said, I think when they've actually done it, they've actually put, oh God, where is it? It looks like they've actually put some sort of protective coating over the capacitors, haven't they? You see where it's raised? So they've actually isolated the capacitors. So fair play to them. They've done a pretty good job, I think. Those caps are protected. There you go. Well, that's a little bit of a worry out the way, isn't it? But now the question is, thermally, paste-wise, I can pretty much use anything I want. So I'm going to put some MX4 on it. So for those who are wondering, this is the chiplet design. So you've got your processor and you've got your I/O core, or your I/O die. And on each one of those, there's individual parts of it as well. So part of like the chiplet or tiles. I guess they call it chiplets now. I'm just looking for a paste spreader. There we go. My Mike's Unboxing mug that I've never actually drunk out of. So what I need to do is to basically make sure that all of the CPU and the chiplet are covered in paste. And you can go a little bit wild on this and actually just put more on than you actually need, because it's not going to harm anything. Just going to make it a bit mucky. But you do want to make sure that everything is covered. Very similar to when you're doing a GPU. Now, I think what I'll probably do is when I've done this, I will actually put on another little blob on the top, just so that when I put the heat shield on, or the IHS, that it still squishes out a bit as well. I think that's a pretty reasonable coverage. And like I said, I'm going to put a tiny little dab extra on. Oh, that was way too much. That'll do. Just a couple of little peaks on there. And then make sure I put this on around the right way. So we look at it that way. So that should go round that way. And we'll we'll just roughly get it into position. Luckily, there are some markings from the previous attempt at gluing. So I think that's going to be okay. A little bit of pressure. David Underhill says, let's run a sweep, see what temperatures are going to be. That's a pretty good idea. I like the idea of that. Let's go back to, actually, for safety's sake, I'm going to get rid of all this stuff before I plug it all back in, because I don't want to get liquid metal anywhere else. So that is going to go directly into the bin.
Have you read in the comments?
Nope.
Maybe you should.
Why? What have I broken?
Is this, like, I don't know, not really anything, but
Right.
Dutch John said, is this worth losing the warranty for a few degrees cooler?
I haven't got a warranty.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But is it on the correct way round?
Yes, I believe it is.
Got a hook to it on that thing.
Haktua!
Let's run a sweep of what temp increase decrease it will create.
Nick Barnes is saying 45 to 50 idling.
Maybe glaze
Okay.
the contact area too. Is the Oscar Goldman is do you work at magnification baby? I'm betting the temperatures go up by 10 degrees.
10 degrees. That's quite a big sweep. I'm expecting it to be... I can't imagine it being any worse than stock. But then... it might be. Any other things? How much hotter it's going to be? I'm guessing it is going to be hotter, because I'm pretty sure liquid metal is something like 35 to 45.
Back and forth.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's annoying for others. Colour clash.
Yeah. Blame Rick.
Do the contact frames actually help much?
No, they don't help at all. In this instance, they do massively because it holds the IHS on. So even if I put a CPU cooler on, which is a little bit on the sticky side, when I put the thermal paste on, it's never going to lift off because it physically can't.
Not like button moon.
So for a delidded CPU, these mounts are absolutely imperative, because I don't think you'll ever get an RTV silicon which will be stickier than crusted on heat paste. Of course, I could be wrong.
Get the fire extinguisher ready. I haven't got one.
There's
So we should have kept that little one out of the car, shouldn't we?
yeah. What do we do with it?
The Sphera. I'm sure we kept all that stuff, didn't we? I'm sure I put all that in,
I would have thought so.
but I don't know, you probably put it in the shed. Never to be seen again.
Yep, sounds about right.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
Because didn't we bring in all the first aid kit and all that in? Because if they were planning for the exhaust, I don't think we would have kept it.
I think we probably did, yeah.
I don't know where it all went.
Thermal paste. Hello. Right, put some thermal paste on there, and I will give it a spread as soon as I got the spreader, just so it doesn't make a complete mess. Now obviously any of these tests we're doing here are somewhat irrelevant, because most thermal pastes actually have a little bit of a curing time. Not a massive amount, in fairness, but they do have a curing time. So like if you put on the thermal paste and just do a benchmark and then take it off and then put others on, you probably won't get the best results out of the paste, because they, like I say, they do have a curing time. Now there are some pastes which actually specifically state that they don't have a curing time, or they're non-curing, in which case obviously ignore everything I just said. I'm making a right mess of this.
How are you doing, Bob Ross?
That'll do. Can you see what it is yet? No, that's the other one, isn't it?
No, I don't think you can class them as the same, to be honest.
No. And just to make sure that we're doing like for like, I'm going to put the CPU fan on around the same way as it was on the other. Is that matched up? Yes, it is. See, where else are you going to get entertainment like this on a Saturday evening? Eat your hearts out, Ant in Deck.
Are you even allowed out yet? Is he on telly again, mate?
Yeah, I think so.
Did he ever get done for knocking over that toddler?
I don't think so. Before I just give him a signed t-shirt. Can you see what it is yet? Right then. Let's put a CPU cooling fan on the top of said CPU cooler. Normally on a night time, after I've done all the stream, I take all this stuff apart and then put it back all in its boxes. I think tonight I won't bother. I think I'll just leave this as it is, because I kind of like it. It's kind of cool.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Jason PN.
Hello. Hello, Jason.
Yeah, what?
Rasher says this is my favourite entertainment. You've probably had like a skinful. You won't remember any of this tomorrow.
He means himself telling the jokes in the chat.
That's right. Yeah.
He's my entertainment.
What was it? Someone say.
What do you think?
What about for LGA for LGA 1700 or LGA 1851? A contact frame is an absolute must. For AM4, AM5 stuff, no. But for LGA 1700, yes, get a contact frame. Do that as the first thing you do. Because obviously AMD CPUs are square. So the force on the sides is pretty even. But because the Intel ones are long, you've got a lot of pressure on the center. So it's like, you imagine if you've got a stick or something, or a plank across two pieces, you put pressure on the middle, it's going to bow. And that's exactly what Intel processors do. So yeah, definitely if you've got an Intel CPU, 100% get a contact frame. Don't even debate it, just get it. Because yes, it may not give you drastically different temps, but it will make your CPU last longer, and also it'll keep the temps more stable and accurate for a longer time.
Right, Jason PN, you were going to answer. And
that was Jason PN.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
That was the one I was on about.
What? Oh, what do you think about the 3090 Ti? They're probably very good cars. I've never owned one. I've never used one, and I wouldn't buy one today, unless it was ridiculously cheap. Because it's like 3 generations old. A lot of them on the market have been absolutely hammered. So yeah, unless you know the history of the actual card, I wouldn't touch one with a barge pole, because they're going to be super expensive. That's
Jason says I would get one then.
that's my
But
thoughts.
I'm assuming that's not the graphics card.
No, I'm pretty sure he means the other. Right. So
How's that Dutch can go in?
cheers, Dutch.
Oh no, he says.
No, he says
That's
buy
an
as in
error.
he's done buy as in buy.
Yeah, I know, but he said don't buy Intel, but he meant buy.
Yeah, don't buy
I
buy.
thought he
If
meant
you've already
buy
got
as in
Intel, then do
buy.
it. Saying that, my video editing rig's been absolutely wonderful, and it's running like an absolute champ. Right, I
Your
want...
autofocus is playing up.
What, on the overhead or that one? I think it's because there's so many different contrasty things, and it's like, oh, where do I focus?
Jason P. said I got a 3090 Ti for £600. Been pretty good.
If you're happy with it and you paid a decent amount of money, awesome. Personally, I wouldn't buy one now. Although saying that, I don't know what the going price is. And the trouble is as well, we're getting to that time where the 50,000, the 50 series supers are going to be out any time now. So again, that generational bump off in pricing is going to happen again. I've deliberately disconnected the drive, so we'll go straight into the BIOS as we did before, and we'll just see what the BIOS temperature is like straight away. So last time we were what, 80 something to start with, and then it went down to, I don't know, what was it, in the 60s or something? We'll see. The fans aren't ramping up. So yeah, whatever, reboot, come on. Hey Mike, I'm going to do a clean setup of Windows 11. How should I recover my save games off Steam? Steam save games should be cloud-based. So if you install the game again and log into Steam, you should be fine. They should be there. Depending on the game, some games hide them in different areas. So it's not always as straightforward as that, depending on how many games you got. So there we go. Idle temperature straight away. Oh, 37 degrees Celsius. Motherboard temperature, 31 degrees Celsius. Or 30/31. I'm sure that says 37, not 31. But just in case you do not believe me, I will put the screen a little bit closer. So you may actually be able to read it if there's no reflection. And what are we showing? Oh yeah, 37 degrees Celsius. A significant improvement with the same cooler. Who'd have thought it?
You got it right on the light now.
Have I? Sorry.
You did have it all right.
There you go. There's the temps. Oh, 38, we're going up a little bit. But considering when we started off before, that was like at 83. That is better. But
Do you think that's better, Dave?
what is it going to do in Windows? Let's have a look, shall we? I'm not sure. I'm not 100%,
You've got a scratchy face.
but I think I may have just improved it. Fake news, says Andy Archer. I did a thing.
Come on.
Thank you. Last Man Standing says, sorry if I'm not allowed to post links. You can post links, but I don't think you can in the chat because only admins can.
Let's all put a clap in the chat.
You can if you can't put a, if you won't allow you to put a link, just take off the .com off the end or something, or .co.uk, and people can
Or just type
work it
on
out.
the end, so
Yeah,
you
or
know.
do like something
Like
space
Mike.ops and then just
.com.
let's all put a clap in the chat for Mike.
Nick Barnes says, I thought idle was 32 degrees. That was when we were in Windows after we did the bench run. So let's go into hardware monitor. We'll get that running. Anytime today. Glenn's coming with his 420.
I'm stuck on
Thank
the
you,
chat.
Glenn.
Mike don't cats coming
Where are
through.
we?
Can't see.
So currently idling at 36 degrees Celsius and dropping 35.5, 35.1, 34.8. So that's looking good so far. So we haven't really gained a lot. Thanks for the super chat, Glenn. You lovely man. I don't care what it says in the toilets. I think you're great.
Did he have a nice weekend away?
Yeah, how was your weekend away? You... Jay says, why was it 83 degrees? I think it was, well, firstly, we had a really crap cooler on to begin with, but I don't think the liquid metal was making a good contact. Or it may have been, but not. It needed like really cranking down to get it. I think this is better. Anyway, let's run the Cinebench. I wish I'd have put a shortcut on the desktop to Cinebench. That would have been such an easier thing to do, wouldn't it? Cinebench and file. I'll just do the single. Where preferences.
Oh, weekend away took 10 days to get over.
Oh dear. Right, we're starting, and last time when we did this, it went straight up to like in the 80s within seconds. Currently we're at 73, 74, 75. 76, 76.5, 77, 77.1, 0.3, 77.8, sorry, 78. So I think we're about the same, if not maybe slightly lower. What did we get to last time? Was it 87, 88 under full load? But what's more important is the score. The score is going to be kind of one of the telltales. Temperatures can be fluctuating. 77, 65.
David.
So our highest temperature was 78 say 79. Round it up. So we're under 80. So there is an improvement there. And the Cinebench score, we've improved the score. So previously we had 16,712 and this time we got 16,852. So we've gained 150 points in the Cinebench, which isn't really anything. It's basically margin of error territory, but we're not connected to the internet, so we know it's not a background updates or anything like that. It's arguably...
That's not bad with that cooler.
Cinebench is alright. And I think the temperatures are fine. And what are we down to now? So just idling there with Cinebench running, we're at 34.6. So just slightly, oh, it is dropping off ever so slightly, 34.4. And I expect if we close those down, it'll drop even more. So I think it was actually a good choice to do that for more than one reason. The first reason being that I didn't like the idea of the liquid metal being in there because of its corrosive nature and its potential damage it can do. And yeah, MX4 is a very good, easy paste to use. If I ever need to replace it, it's very easy. I don't have to worry about shorting anything out. I think this is a good thing. And Andy Archer approves with his £20 super chat. Thank you very much, Andy. That is much appreciated. Says, I fixed another one. I have actually fixed something. I'm quite impressed with that. I did a thing. I honestly didn't think it was going to be cooler. I thought it might be similar. But actually to drop a little bit is kind of impressive. What are we at now? 33.9 is the lowest we've seen on here. So I would say that is actually within margin of error. I probably need to watch the stream back a little bit just to see what we actually did have there. And actually, I should show you on the screen, just so you know that I'm not bullshitting you. Not that I would, because it's a bit pointless. Where's that gone again? Screw you. Is that going to focus at all? Are you getting that? Can you see it, Kath, on the screen?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can see our package temperature. I always go by package temperature. So you can see the highs and the lows there. And you see I haven't reset it or anything. So that is exactly what it is. And if we look at the core clocks towards the bottom, they are all basically the same as well. So we're still hitting that 5.5, give or take. So idling quite nicely.
My says we watch this stream because every once in a while something goes right.
Yay.
Remember when you took like 3/4 of an hour to put those springs on a cooler?
Oh god, yeah. Don't remind me of that.
Bless.
Right, we had a result. John Davis Simon says, screw you guys, I'm going home. Screw you guys, I'm going home. Last Man Standing has become a supporter. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. David Andrews says, good one, Mike. That should make you feel a lot better. Actually, it does. Rasha says, Mike is officially a tech savant.
As well?
A tech savant.
What does that mean?
Like a genius. I'm far from it, but I don't mind getting my hands dirty and having a go. So, massive shout out to all of you that have stood by me watching. I know there were some doubters. Or maybe you just wanted to go to bed, I don't know. Maybe it's one or the other. So, I think that's pretty much it for the stream. I can't think of anything else I can do now to do or to say which would top off what we've done. I think we've done pretty well. Mystic Mike. Last Man Standing says, been lurking for ages, Mike. Thought it was about time I put my hand in my pocket. Oh, bless you. That's very kind. Thank you for supporting us. And also, you do get something in return. You do get videos a little bit earlier. And you also get a VIP status on our Discord, should you wish to, which I'll put the link in the chat for you now. Charles says, it's been 3 hours, a very fast 3 hours. Wow. It has flown by. And hopefully, all I can say is, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, or the stream, or whatever you want to call it. Genuinely, I've actually had a lot of fun doing this. I didn't think I was going to. I was a little bit dreading it, thinking it was going to be the worst. And yeah, thanks for everyone taking part. You have genuinely, honestly, raised my spirits. I feel a lot happier now than I did 3 hours ago. So to each and every one of you that are watching, who've taken the time out of your day or whatever to watch the stream, to join us, to contribute and all that kind of stuff, massive shout out. I think you've done me a world of good. So I hope in some way you've enjoyed what we've done here and enjoyed the community, because that's basically what makes it. Yeah, very happy. Happy days. Rick says, one of the best streams in a while. I must break shit more often. Or try to break stuff. Anyway, like I said, hopefully you've enjoyed this stream. If you haven't already, do smash the like button, it helps. And more importantly, if you can, share the videos, because I think that is going to be the way to kind of show YouTube and to try and hopefully claw back some of the views that we potentially might have lost. So if you can, share the videos on your social media, to friends, hey, do it to enemies. You never know. Why not?
Fred's in now, so you may be able to share.
Oh, Fred's in. Oh, before we sign off, let's have a look and see if we got that picture from Fred. Oh, we're not?
I've only just given him.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I didn't know he was in. It's me, Fred. But it was in a different chat.
Okay. Well, if I've missed it, I do apologise.
Fred can post it now.
We'll figure it out for Fred anyway. Don't worry. We'll sort things out.
Now if you can.
Yeah.
Fred. Say it.
Fred, post it now.
That's the one.
If it comes through quick enough before we end, we'll have a look. But if not, we'll have a look on Discord or in the next stream. So yeah, massive shout out to everybody. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. It's been a bit of a journey. Been an emotional one. I've enjoyed it. Hopefully you have too. Again, massive shout out to everybody who contributes to the channel, whether it's just by leaving a like on the video, leaving a comment, sharing it, being Patreon members, etc., etc. You're all awesome. Thank you all so much. Yeah, if you can share the videos, that'd be great. But don't go out your way. Just don't make it feel like a chore. Because if it feels like a chore, don't do it. It's you shouldn't be doing that. So yeah, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in next week's stream where we delid something else just for fun. I might actually buy a delidding kit now. I kind of got the bug for it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys and girls. We'll see you all next time. Next Saturday. Oh, actually, next Saturday. No, don't worry. I'll figure it out. Thanks for watching. Have a great week, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheerio. Say bye, Calf.